And if I lose my comments, I guess I lose my comments. That's unfortunate. I did update and I did restart, so. Success. We still have comments. We still have comments. Great. Thank you guys. Share out. You guys got back in here quickly. It sounds like you want to hear what I have to say tonight. I love that. I love it. I'm so sorry, guys. We're good. I'm so sorry. I have to be careful not to like touch my phone and move it and stuff like that so that I don't unhook the charger. Thank you, Seekins. Okay, we got a lot to unpack here. Scam Opera back in here yet? Gotcha. I'm back.
Any second.
Okay, it's been a rough day, guys, but we're good. We're gonna push forward.
Hang in there with us.
Yeah, we've got this. We still got comments, so that's fantastic. Christina, I need you to... There you are. Still have comments. Phone's at 3%. It should be fine as long as it's plugged in. It shouldn't die, hopefully. Okay, guys, where was I? So I was talking about how Gotcha's personal information was put out last night. I was also talking about how my picture was my before surgery picture was put out there as well in an effort to body shame me. Again, I didn't know what to do in the situation. I had a feeling that it might happen, but I took a chance, or I took my power back, I guess I should say, and I just went ahead and posted my own picture of myself, just to, like I said, just to kind of take back my power. Again, what happened to me is not nearly as severe as what happened to Gotcha. Luckily it was old employer information, but still, going real life is not okay, guys. It's absolutely not okay. If you don't like somebody on here, you don't like what they have to say, you disagree with them, then, let's do the mature thing and block somebody, and just keep moving on with your platform and doing your thing. You definitely don't need to go real life, especially when people have children. Like, to me, that's disgusting because at the end of the day, you're putting those children at risk, because you're putting out personal information. So I know that people have my personal information. They know what city I'm in. They know where I am. And I'll talk to you in a minute about who it is. But yeah, at the end of the day, just stop. Like, seriously, stop. We're going to get into a lot today, and I encourage you guys to ask questions. I want to say that this is the last time that I'm addressing this stuff, honestly. Like, there are a group now of people that have a huge problem with me. And at the end of the day, that's their problem. I can't control what everybody thinks. Again, if you want to make yourself look foolish by running with misinformation, that it only looks poorly on you. So I know for myself, I like having credibility, meaning I don't put misinformation out there, meaning I'm very careful about the information I put out there, because at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to say that I'm spreading misinformation, because what does that do anybody? At the end of the day, it's just absolutely unnecessary, and it causes more problems. And I saw people in Petty's live today spreading misinformation, saying that we called DCS or whatever you guys call it in the States on somebody. Two people, Amber Lynn said that today, and Coach Crystal said that today. That couldn't be farther from the truth. And again, I'm going to say to you that if you're going to make an accusation like that about somebody, then I really, really honestly urge you to come with proof. Because saying that somebody did that kind of thing to you is serious. calling people pedos when that's not the case is disgusting. And all of this behavior is toxic and unnecessary, and it really, really needs to stop. I mean, at this point, Scammy's gone, Gotcha's gone, Jarvis is gone, Cass is on her way out, I'm on my way out. There's not going to be much left of this. Scam busters, we're not doing this. You have zero proof, buddy, and nobody did anything to you except call you out on this app. We did not call you a P3DO at all.
Yeah, if you can show proof of that ever happening from us, then let us know. Come back.
You people have said, and not me, people have said that you align yourself with younger women, but that other statement was not brought out. I think what happened was it started when you started saying randomly that you would take in Lisa Richards' child, not even knowing him, and people thought that was creepy and weird. And other people started saying those things about you. So again, Dennis, we know you roll with misinformation. You keep doing you on your side with your misinformation. I'm going to keep doing awareness and facts over here in my lives. So let's see a show of hands if you saw what's happened in Petty's live in the last couple of days. That was a mess. It was unnecessary. It didn't need to happen. It was super disrespectful. So he apparently had a problem with me saying the F word to Andrew in my live when I was heated and upset. And I do apologize. I probably shouldn't have behaved that way. It was a very emotional evening.
What F word?
I said F you and F off.
Right.
Thank you for reminding me to clarify that. Yeah, so, I mean, again, we don't know, a lot of people don't know exactly what the back history of all of that was, but regardless, I was kind of blamed again for, misinformation. More misinformation came out. And, it just gets really sickening after a while. We're all adults here, so there's no reason to spread misinformation or tell people, that something happened when it didn't happen. Anyways, I guess Petty wanted to call me out for that because he said that I'm a leader and I need to set an example on this app, which I understand. Him saying that 100%. And I think, honestly, I have set a standard on this app. I am human, and sometimes people get in their feels and things get heated, things get emotional. 100% it happens. But in the way that he was talking today, that it happens during live awareness discussions, that's not true at all. That stuff does not happen in live awareness discussions. Drama, beefs, quarrels, that kind of stuff does not get brought up in live awareness discussions. And there's proof of that on my YouTube page. That being said, I have posted 5 or 6 of our last lives on the YouTube page. So again, you're free to go and watch them. But what is being said is happening is not happening. A lot of people on this app have a huge problem with my subscriptions. So I'm going to explain this one last time. TikTok decided when I hit about 7, and let's be clear, I've gone from 7 to, I've gone from what, Virgo, 6 to 8 pretty quickly, 6 to 8,000 pretty quickly in the last little while.
Yes.
With the awareness discussions. So we were live one day, and TikTok, obviously because of the higher following, decided that they wanted to start to monetize off of me. That being said, I had no idea. I did not get any notification. And I was live one day, and somebody had subscribed, and I was like, what the heck just happened? Like, what's going on here? And I was like, why does it say that somebody subscribed? I never turned my subscriptions on. There's no reason that somebody should be subscribing. Unfortunately, another person subscribed right after. I told people immediately, and I have the live replay. I told people immediately, please do not subscribe to my page. I am not here to monetize. I did not know that that was set up. I don't want subscribers. I'm sitting here in a live right now with gifts turned off. It has never, ever been my intention to monetize off of this app. And I'm going to show you some screenshots to prove that I do not have a payment method attached to my account. But Pastor Petty wanted to say today that I have collected. Okay, well, let me go back a little bit more. After that happened, the only thing that I could do was to raise my subscription price because, as a joke, a good friend of mine, AJ, he thought it was funny to subscribe because he knew I didn't want it. So he subscribed to me twice. And I can show you guys that I have 4 subscribers currently, and 2 of them are AJ's accounts, two AJ accounts. And then there's 2 other women that subscribe to me. I asked them not to. And I've messaged them both and asked them to please make sure that they cancel their subscription. In the meantime, for damage control, I did, as per Penny Fairy, send an email to TikTok, and I did put a report in as well saying, why did you put subscriptions on my live? I did not ask for this. So those 2 things have been done. I didn't want to stop using this account because it has been growing. And contrary to what people think that I'm in this for followers only, I have 3 accounts. And at the end of the day, you want followers on your account because the more followers you have, the more awareness you're spreading and putting out there. So I decided to put the subscription price up to $89.99, or sorry, it was the highest amount possible. Petty keeps saying $89.99. I think it's $99.99 on my end in Canadian. But that being said, I raised the subscription price to deter people because at that point it was a joke and people were subscribing just to make me upset about it, right? Like as a joke to get me going. So again, I raised the subscription price to deter people from subscribing. I do not monetize off of this app. I do not have a payment method. Yeah, you're cool. Spread my name. Put my name out there. Like, you are so cool. Let's get that account blocked. Say what you want about me. Just keep my kids out of it. So yeah, I raised the subscription price so that people would stop subscribing, and that's what happened. So give me a second and I will bring up the green screen. I don't know, Virgo or Scam Opera, if you guys want to touch on anything I just talked about as far as the subscriptions go.
Yeah. I have done a lot of research to try to figure out the rhyme or reason of why that some pages have why that pops up on some people's pages and why it doesn't on others, and I can't find an answer. There is no answer. There's no solid written rule somewhere. There's not a perfect number of subscribers. There's not a perfect number of likes or followers, or there's nothing. I can't find an answer. There's also not a written rule of a written specific way to get it to turn off. Some people say that you could get it to turn off by disagreeing to the terms of service and it goes away in 30 days. Some people say that the way to get it to turn off is to email TikTok. Some people say they emailed TikTok and 6 months later they're still waiting. I've spent a lot of time trying to figure this out for Samantha and try to help her out with it. I urge you that if you are concerned about it and you believe that we're not telling the truth, to please do your own research. And if you come up with a better answer than we have, to please do your research as well. Jesus, guys.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like, all over what? Because you disagree with me? Because you don't like me. So now you're putting my daughter in danger because you're using my last name.
It's wild.
I really, really, really hope that you feel good about yourself. I really, really do. Because at the end of the day, I never came for you.
Yeah.
I never came for you. And I think you're disgusting, and I think you seriously need some help. I'm trying to get my green screen to work. Bear with me.
Are you max 30 mods on here?
I am, I think.
All right.
Oh, okay, we've got something here. Let's see. Okay, so this screenshot shows, I'm trying not to show my face, so I think my camera's the other place. This screenshot shows here, guys, that the subscription earnings, that they were set at the low amount. So it was the small amount that people, the minimal amount that you could use to subscribe. That being said, my 4 subscribers, which is right there in the top right corner, has earned me $8.40. So that being said, Pastor Petty, again, this all started over hearsay that somebody brought to you and told you that I said to watch out for you. I never said that. Your name was never in my mouth. And if I were going to say anything to you, I would say it to your face. I'm not scared. So at the end of the day, you're sitting there telling me that a couple of people have told you that I have had your name in my mouth, which is not true. I thought we were on decent terms. This came as a complete shock. Now, I know the nature of why it all started because I parted ways with a couple of people that you're close with, and that's fine. They can be immature and they can do that stuff all they want. But at the end of the day, you're running with misinformation and you're telling people things that are not true. You said, and I quote today, that I have 5 subscribers at $89.99 a piece. Nobody has subscribed since I increased the price. And if you guys can see at the bottom of the picture, it shows that my payment method, Virgo, can you read that? I don't want to get my face all up in there and I can't see it.
The bottom.
Set up your payment method and add tax info to receive your payouts.
Right. Yeah.
I am not set up for any payment method on any of my account. So again, I'm not sure where you're getting your information from, but if you had a problem with it, like some people have, all you needed to do was come to me and ask me, because I've been very open and I've been very honest about what's happened here with this situation. So again, you could have just come to me and you could have said, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other questions about that. There was another screenshot. I'm not going to show my subscribers, even though AJ has admitted to being 2 of them. What was the screen? Yeah, payout setup. I clicked on the next screen just to show you guys. It's asking me to set up my payout, which is not set up on my account. And then I think this screenshot, oh, that was the original one. This screenshot shows all of my transactions show that I've exchanged coins. Again, if anybody really has a really big problem with it, then I will go ahead and show that. But at the end of the day, I exchange all my coins, and it does show there that I am a level 20 gifter, which means that I'm putting those gifts back out for people. So I think that's it for that, Virgo. I don't think that I need to address that anymore.
Yep. And for all the people saying you don't have to prove yourself, this is what happens when you're pushed and pushed and pushed. You feel like you do have to prove yourself. So, yes, of course she doesn't have to, but she's going to.
I don't care.
How many times can you listen to, oh, she's got 4 subscribers at $89.99? Like, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I'm not a super mod, so I can't see what's happening.
This is ridiculous. I don't know how to. Hold on. Virgo. Moderator. Yes, you are. You have full access. I think you got and Scam Opera have full access. Again, for the person that keeps spamming my last name, again, you better hope that my daughter does not get brought on TikTok.
Yeah, if the mods in the comments section can please pay attention to the comments and watch who's coming in.
Can I just say something real quick?
Of course.
I don't see what the big deal is about this whole subscriber thing. You're not scamming anybody over subscriptions. Like, that's somebody's choice if they want to subscribe to you. I understand what people were saying about the $89.99 or whatever, but you didn't do that on purpose, and nobody subscribed. You did it so it would discourage people from subscribing to you. It shouldn't matter if you have subscribers. This is what the app is all about. It's not freaking scamming anybody. It's not misleading anybody. Nothing. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever why anybody is upset about this. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it. Like, it was $2.99 to begin with. I have 4 subscribers. Like, it shouldn't matter. Sorry, 1 second.
And have I subscribed to you, Gotch? Or I've subscribed to G Unit. I've subscribed to Anywhere Man. I've subscribed to Penny Fairy, and Rooster are the 4 people in this app that I've supported with subscriptions.
And she has subscribed to me. And also, you can't. She's made $8. She has 4 subscribers. She's made $8 and something cents. They won't even ever send her that money unless it's $10 and above. I believe that's what it is. They will not even bother. They will keep that. If she never gets another subscriber, they will keep that money, that $8 and something cents. You have to have more than, I believe it's more than $10 to even cash out that money.
People blocking in the comments. I'm sorry, G. People blocking in the comments. It says you're adding keywords, so please make sure that. Yeah,
we're adding your name to the keywords.
Okay, thank you so much. Very smart.
I just wanted to just comment on that because I don't understand why the whole subscription thing is a problem. It's like, I don't understand it. I could see if you were misleading people or trying to scam people out of it or something. No, even if you set up subscribers and was getting subscribers, that's part of the app. You earned it. You're doing your job. Like, you're doing good for the community, and it shouldn't freaking matter. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes me so aggravated. Who cares? It's freaking $2.99 that you had it on, and you get $1 of that. Like, because TikTok takes 33%, and then if you have Android or if you have Apple, they take 33%, and you get 33%. It's split 3 ways. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know. It's just, that's something that pisses me off because it should have never, ever been an issue. Never.
So the other thing, too, is that, I mean, while I was in Petty's box, he had his live with gifts on. That I can't control that. That was his live. And he had gifts on for his live. And then it turned into, once people started supporting me and they started gifting me because I was being completely torn apart, he started saying that it was about gifting. And he started saying that I was there for what I could get off of people and that I don't earn enough income in Canada. He said that I don't have a job. He said that I don't have a daughter and that I just make her up as a way to get people to feel sorry for me. And then he even made a comment about, has anybody even seen this daughter? Let's see this daughter. And I can tell you right now, and I'm going to try really hard not to get emotional, do not bring my children into your dislike for me. That is my baby. And I will protect her with everything in me. It is not okay.
Like, why even say that kind of shit?
Over what? Because you don't like me?
Right.
I'm sorry that you don't like me. But do not bring my kids into this. I can take it. I've shown that I can take it. I've been here for a year taking it over and over and over again. So give it to me. But leave my kids out of this. You're not going to push me off this app. You're not going to threaten me. You're not going to scare me. You're not going to intimidate me. That's the subscription part of it. I think, Virgo, we should start touching into the doxing stuff that happened, and who's got information about us.
What do you mean? Who's got information about us? What do you mean? You want to get?
Well, Lisa, we're gonna. So, and this was never supposed to be on TikTok, but we severed ways with Lisa Kelly, and it was, we all had our own personal reasons. This was not Sam, telling everybody what to do. Everybody acted on their own. That being said, we parted ways, and we said that we weren't going to talk about it on TikTok. It was very ironic, I guess. No, I lost my comments. God damn it. It was very ironic that certain people befriended certain people after that happened. Again, that's on you. If you want to befriend people that you talk shit about for months, then out of desperation to, I don't know, get at me or whatever, that's completely on you. But I don't roll like that. I'm not fake like that. If I've had an issue with somebody, I'm not out of desperation for a friend or desperation for support or to rally troops. I'm not gonna go and work with somebody that I have had an issue with in that way. It's just not the way that I roll. It's probably better that I can't see the comments at this point, so that I can actually just talk without being distracted. Unfortunately, Lisa had my full information. My address, my phone number, my first and last name. She knew that there was one thing that I was worried about. Well, two things. Obviously, my daughter was one. And the second thing was there's a very unflattering picture of me that is going around right now from when I was heavier before my surgery. I was chair of parent council with my daughter's school, and we presented a delegation to the school board in regards to, we were fighting against them allowing children with head lice to be active in school every day. We were fighting against it for many reasons, because head lice is a nuisance. It's expensive to treat. It causes a lot of problems. And again, anybody that knows me knows that, when I go for a cause, I'm passionate about what I'm speaking about. So we presented a delegation to the school board. The newspaper was there. They took a picture, a very unflattering picture of me, but at the end of the day, that was me. I'm mortified. I'm not going to lie to you. My weight is a very touchy subject for obvious reasons, as you guys have seen on this app. But that's not who I am anymore. And Lisa was aware that this article was out there, and she knew that I was very nervous about somebody getting a hold of it and sharing it with everybody, like what's happening right now. She knew Gotcha's information. He had his phone number, personal information. Let's just leave it there. She is the only person on this app that had both of our informations.
Yeah, I want to say that from the first time that I became friends with you guys, that Sam has said from the beginning so many times in so many conversations that if this shit ever got out, it would be that article that came out. That's what would do it. that picture, that article, that would be it. Guess where we're at.
So that being said, information has now come out. Of course, we immediately thought, Lisa, because she has our information. Unhinged underscore lives apparently said in a live a couple of nights ago that she had Gotcha's information and she had my information.
Yes, she said that she had the lady in Canada and the man behind the mask. She had your information. Sorry.
Did she not also make reference to saying that Lisa had no involvement?
Yes. 100%.
So 100% suspicious that she said that she had their information. She used his name in that live. She admitted to it last night. I did not see the live. She admitted to that last night. We have the recording. And then she said she had our information and said Lisa had nothing to do with this. And all of a sudden the information starts coming out. Now, I'm not going to say that Jay Taylor's not involved as well, 100%. He has got a really massive hate on for me and Gotcha, and used to be Lisa as well, and some other people that were in the original Hateful Eight. But that being said, it's really rubbing me the wrong way. I've had people try to search for that on their own end, and they were unable to locate it.
Do you want me to play?
Yeah, I remember that, with the Jay Taylor situation, Unhinged already went to another person on this app that didn't like Sam named Shark. So, you deduce from that what you will, but if you went to one enemy, why wouldn't you go to the other?
Right.
Yeah, beautifully talented. I can only see the last comment and then the people that are liking and joining. So yes, Pete, of course, did know about it as well. But as much as I dislike Pete right now, I don't think that he would do that, despite how he feels about me right now. But regardless, it's crazy. It's a mess right now. Unhinged said that she located my information from a Reddit IP address. I questioned her last night and asked her, like, why are you looking people up? Like, what is the point of that? There was a lot of drama that happened with Unhinged and CK and them being upset with me, and this has been an ongoing thing that has continued to happen for like 6 months now.
Yeah, I could play the video if you want me to.
Yeah, you step in whenever you feel necessary.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
I saw a question there. Lisa got the information. I don't know. I can't speak for Gotcha. I'm not going to speak for Gotcha. Lisa got my information because she asked if she could send me a gift via Amazon. And I felt comfortable enough with her at that point. This is a woman that was calling, me her best, like one of her best friends, saying that we were family. This is a woman that while we were on Snap calls, she would speak to my daughter and speak to my son and refer to herself as Aunt Lisa. It was given to her willingly. But yeah.
Reddit IP address. With God, it's not that hard at all. He's not that practically my neighbor. When you sit there and you talk about certain areas and you tell a lot about your life, it's just like with the beggars. I literally learned it from listening to them. Except I listen to what they preach about and how they talk about how they're so good with those egos, and I flipped it around on them.
So that makes it okay what you did.
Christina.
What did I do?
What did you do? Why are you looking into them? Why? Why did you need to? Why did you need to?
Why am I looking into them?
Yeah.
Why are they looking into beggars or anything else? When you're sitting here constantly talking shit about me, CPS is getting called in on me. It's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look into people.
Nobody. We didn't call CPS on you.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Criminal record up on a green.
Show me the receipts that you know for a fact that nobody called.
I don't have any receipts. How could I have any receipts on you?
How can you say that, honey? You're all about the receipts. Where's the proof?
Where's your proof? You're the one accusing me.
Yeah.
Recording was echoing. Sorry, guys. So basically, she was asking for us to show receipts that we didn't call CPS. I'm not sure how we were supposed to do that. That's a little strange, but basically, she was saying that she believes that one of us called CPS on her. And she claims that there are receipts on her page. If you go to her page, those receipts consist of a screenshot of a live from, November 13th? No, sorry, November 11th. That was the shark live. We call it the shark attack. That was the day that Samantha was completely bombarded by Shark and his crew, body shamed. It was a whole big deal. And apparently she claims that CPS was at her house on November 13th. So a few days later. And that is her proof that one of us called CPS.
Can you explain why the shark attack happened in the first place?
Yes. The shark attack basically happened because one of them contacted Shark because Shark had already had a falling out with Samantha, and they knew that was one of Samantha's biggest haters. So they basically did a huge hate rally, and they just rallied together, and it was just a huge live to body shame and talk about Samantha. I mean, there were people in the boxes putting up pictures of honey buns and completely demoralizing her in ways that were, it was not cool. And Unhinged claimed that Shark reached out to her for that live. So I don't believe that for a second.
She didn't show me receipts about that either.
Right, that's my opinion. But those are her receipts for why she believes that one of us called CPS. She also did state that soon there will be a post on her page that shows a link to a lawsuit that will show which one in our community called CPS on her. So I guess we'll be finding out soon which one of us it was.
And am I correct that she said it was a mandated reporter?
She did say that. So I guess I'm in the clear because I'm not a mandated reporter.
And I'm
not either.
Yeah.
And I'm also in Canada, guys. I did not even know that she had children. I do not know her name because I do not look people up on this app. So let's circle back to the Lisa situation from last night when we were in Coach's Live. Lisa denied knowing about this article, and that is completely untrue. And I have witnesses, and yes, I understand that those witnesses are my friends, but they were all in the call when it was mentioned and brought up several times. There's 5 or 6 of us that have heard it, that were there. She 100% lied about that fact, about knowing that there was an article out there that I was worried about people seeing because I was very large. And yeah. She also, I want to explain to you guys that after we parted ways and she befriended Unhinged and CK, she also, I just lost my train of thought completely. Oh, she also admitted to us that she knew that Unhinged had the information on me and Gotcha, but she never once reached out to any of us or even somebody mutual to say, hey, just a heads up, people have your information, just so you know. She stood firm with sitting there and knowing that our personal information was obtained and did nothing to give us a heads up or warn us. Again, this is a person that said, you know, when I make a friend, it's a friend for life, and you're not just my friend, you're my family. She talked on the phone with my children. I just think that's completely fucked up. I think that is extremely fucked up, because whether or not I had a problem with you, if it was like an emergency situation like that, I would at least try to reach out to you and tell you that somebody was coming for you and they had information that could potentially put your family in danger. Do you guys have anything else to add to that?
Not to that situation.
Do you have the part where I asked her if she was going to still associate with Unhinged after she had done this?
Screen recording?
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Okay. Well, we do. Somebody has
Let
to
me
have
look real
it.
quick. I might have it. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think I might have it as well if I wasn't in the box. But yeah, Unhinged did state last night that, Lisa did state last night that Scam Opera asked her if she was going to continue to associate with Unhinged, and she said that she doesn't have a problem with her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, CK was in the comments in Petty's live. Amber Lynn was in the comments in Petty's live, telling people that we doxed their friend. Not true. We didn't, telling people that we called CPS on her friend. Again, it's not true. And without proof, it's considered speculation. And if proven that you're wrong, it's then misinformation.
She blocked all of us. We moved on. We don't retaliate. And some people, they will retaliate, and I think that's why she thinks that we did this. When we didn't do this. We don't retaliate. If you block us, we move on. We go on, do what we need to do. At the end of the day, it's just an app. Not everybody's going to get along. You block somebody, you do your thing, I do my thing. It's cool. But that's not what happened here.
No, not at all. It was people were being told things. We never brought the situation to people. The fact that we weren't associating with Lisa and somebody else who I'm not going to mention, but most people know who it is. We never brought that to TikTok and told people like we're not talking to that person anymore. My first concern immediately was the community. I did not want the community to feel divided. I did not want them to think that we were making people choose. It wasn't anybody's business. We could still be mutual and go into mutual friends' lives and be respectful and cordial. But unfortunately, again, they just banded up together as a group, and it's full of people that they, have talked a lot of shit on. Lisa, after when CK was going at me for a while, Lisa took it upon herself to get her information, and wanted to start some trouble with it. To which I told her no, that's not how we roll. That's not what we're gonna do. So it's just a lot. I feel like I'm forgetting something. It might be something that we have to circle back to in the future. Is there anything else you want to say, Virgo?
Or about the unhinged stuff.
Yeah, or Lisa, I guess.
I have another screenshot here of Unhinged, and it kind of goes into the CK stuff. Just 1 second, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I don't know why these screenshots are like echoey, or these screen recordings are kind of echoey. I'm just going to play the first part of it because that's like the most important. It's just kind of like her kind of bragging a little bit about how she found the information. So it's not as bad as the other one.
CPS on me because
Sorry.
I'm sorry that I found you guys and you boast about how you're that good, you can't be found. But just like you said, you fucked with the wrong one when somebody from your community called CPS on me because you didn't like that I was indicted against Gary's father.
It's just like really messy. Sorry. She's basically saying here that I'm going to try to get this fixed maybe, and I'll post it on my Virgo 2.0 so you guys can hear it, because I know somebody has it where it's not so echoey. I think maybe where it got sent to me, it's maybe it made it that way. But I want to kind of transition into like the other portion of this, is that this conversation, at the end of this conversation, she tries to throw in our face that that we don't care about people's mental health. And I find that laughable because we do. And we take it very seriously. And we spend a lot of time and energy trying to help people and be there for people. And are we perfect? By no means. We don't claim to be. We're not professionals. We're just normal, everyday people who care about other people, and we want to help in any way that we can. So, I want to point out that when Coach Crystal was a part of the anti-scam community, when I first came around, there were many comments made while I was in boxes with her. There was one time where she had made some super terrible comments towards, we were just having a conversation, and they were towards basically saying how trans people and LGBT and non-binary people, how that whole situation was basically mental illness. And I just let her talk. And little did she know that my oldest child is non-binary. And when I finally spit that out, it was like she didn't know what to say and backpedaled big time. And she's made comments in the past that that BLM is a terrorist organization. Just
And I've got a video on my Sam account that shows where she was in a beggar's live and the beggar was struggling with her 3 young children. And Coach Crystal put in the comments, this is why people should not have children out of wedlock. She was very, very pushy with her views on what people should be doing and her judgment. She, was quick to say stuff like that to people when it didn't suit what she believed in. Again, the video is on sam.nowhere to go, halfway down, I think. It also goes into the other details of what happened with Coach Crystal, and her jealousy and the way she, essentially ended up turning on me, after I called her out for a couple of things because she was being extremely fake and two-faced, and exhibiting a lot of jealousy. She actually had a 2-hour conversation with Gotcha where she complained about every member of Anti-Scam that were in the boxes in Auburn's live that night. And she was pretty upset about it. And then she would turn around and be super nice to everybody. So yes, we were in a live of G Units one night and I completely called her out on it. Because I'd seen it happening for quite some time. That's what she does. She talks poorly about people. She spreads misinformation. Let's remind each other that her account name is Coach Crystal Panhandling. And the profile picture is a picture of a pig, which I find extremely inappropriate. She also has posted videos, and I have these videos recorded. She has also posted videos making fun of people. And, making fun of, Ray, the beggar Ray that lived in his car. I think his name was Ray. Yeah, Ray. No. Yeah, yes, it was Ray. I shouldn't question myself, but yeah, he was dancing with no shirt on, and she posted a video about it. And there were just other things that she used to post that were not what I would do. I know we all like to kind of joke around sometimes at some of the stuff that the beggars are doing, but it's just not what I would post on my page.
Yeah, I saw somebody come in here. They did get muted pretty quickly, but they said you're not showing proof. Well, if you just scroll up real quick in this comment section, there's all the proof you need. Everyone in this comment section is saying, I remember that. I was in that live. That was my live. People remember this stuff. You can only go back 90 days, and we literally decided to do this live yesterday or today. I don't know. I can't really remember. It's all running together at this point. We together we had to come up with all this stuff, all these screenshots and all this proof today. So
you mean lives? You can only pull lives up that are 30 days old. They changed that a while back.
Oh, okay. 30 days. Sorry. I thought it was still 90 days.
No.
And this stuff all happened way longer than that. So, that stuff isn't just still sitting in people's accounts. That it would have had to have been caught on screen recording. And back then, we usually don't screen, right now, I'm not screen recording Sam and Christina because they're my friends. And at that point, she was in the community and she was just saying wild stuff in our lives. I don't screen record Cass's lives. So that's basically where it was happening all the time, was in Cass's lives. So, she's very judgmental. If she didn't like something you were doing, she was messaging somebody else and telling them about it. It was always this sneaky stuff. I bet Sam is about to tell you about the Lily Vanilli stuff.
Yeah, that started a lot of the jealousy. When other people started calling Lily Vanilli out, she got pretty upset because she said, I was the one that came with this first, and other people are talking about it, and I should be the one that's talking about it because I'm the one that pointed it out first. essentially that's why she was mad that night in Auburn's Live when there was 9 boxes full of anti-scam creators. I think she had asked for a box. She wasn't given a box. I don't know why. Auburn doesn't pay attention to his comments a lot of times, or his requests. But she was very upset, and that's what she talked to Gotcha about, how everybody in those boxes had no right to talk on the Lily Vanilli situation without her, because she is the one that had brought it up to everybody, what Lily was doing. It was a lot of jealousy vibes. It was a lot of like, I want to be the person to expose this person. It left me with a really bad taste in my mouth. So I started calling her out on some of the stuff that happened, and that's where everything kind of unfolded. I want to tell you guys too that CK is going to sit in a box at any time and tell people that I put her in a really bad place mentally. Which I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say to that. I did not bully her. I called her out on a few things. I wasn't disrespectful. I didn't name call. She will also bring up the fact that I brought her mental health into question. And I do kind of explain that in the video that I posted, but I'll explain it for you guys now as well. Not just myself, but several people heard her make some comments that were very concerning about how she felt she was a bad mom. And it was in regards to some things that she was just kind of feeling a certain type of way. And it did raise some flags with some people. They actually came to me and said, like, I'm a little bit worried about this. So yes, after the Shark Live, when I posted, I think I posted that video after the Shark Live. Was it?
Yeah. No, I think it was before.
Okay. But yeah, I basically said something to the effect of like, if like maybe you should work on your mental health instead of like trying to worry about what I'm doing and, coming after all these people, and trying to cause all this drama and being jealous and all of that stuff. I'm going to remind you guys too that after my first falling out with CK, I did give her another chance. We were able to come to a mutual agreement. We allowed her back in the mental health chat, and I was respectful and cordial to her, to the point that where Miss Sunshine was coming for her and made a video and said, CK, I'm going to post an audio recording of our conversation, where apparently she had said some really nasty things about me. She was scared. And there are people in the mental health chat that can attest to that. She was crying, and she was like, I said some things about you and blah, blah, blah. And she was really scared about it causing a rift in our relationship after we had kind of like repaired something, at which point I had told her, don't worry about it. We've already established that it happened. Don't worry. And like, let's just keep moving forward. Again, there were people in the mental health chat that heard me say that to her, and basically try to settle her and tell her that it's okay, because she was very frantic about it. But at the end of the day, again, what severed our relationship was just her sneakiness. She came to us wanting us to help her and Unhinged with the Ricky Barker situation. I was already busy doing a bunch of different things. I had explained to her that I had spoken, Gotcha and I and other people had spoken to Ricky, and we had told him that it wasn't cool that he name calls people in his videos and that he was doxing Mufasa. We already spoke to him about that. She wanted our help. I did not give her the answer that she wanted in regards to standing up and helping her and Unhinged. She then went to Pete, filled him full of a bunch of misinformation, and tried to make me look bad, which essentially caused a little bit of a rift between Pete and I, but that was not the reason that we split up. And then that's where all of this has stemmed from. It's been back and forth since. Her in Anonymous God's box, muting me, not letting me say what I have to say. I think she muted Virgo that night as well. Yeah. She has a mission. She has like this, I don't know what it is, but I don't know why she is not able to just let it go and just move on. She claims she doesn't do anti-scam anymore. I'm not sure why she still has the profile picture then, or the beggar's name on her account. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of that situation and how it all came to be. Again, Lisa was very on board with us while we were being attacked. I have a screenshot where I posted the video of CK, and Lisa had commented in the video, against CK. And again, I just find it extremely ironic that after a friendship was severed with Lisa, she immediately befriended Coach Crystal and Unhinged to the point where they're in live saying, "Hey bestie, hey bestie." You're not phasing me at all, because at the end of the day, I'm only going to surround myself with people that are genuine and real. Like I don't mess around with fake people. So again, I'm very sorry. This has been going on for months, and her and Unhinged just keep popping out every time there's an attack made on me, or I guess others in the community as well, but mostly me. Again, they went to Shark and they knew what would happen. So if Crystal wants me to be so concerned about her mental health, and for the record, Crystal had reached out to me and said, "I'm struggling. I think I might have, some mental health condition. What do I do?" I talked to her privately. We had private conversations. I assured her she was a good mom. I assured her on things that she could do to help her mental health. I helped her. I took my time to help her and make her feel better. She even saw a picture of my face. I let her have it, and I showed her, to which she responded that I was very beautiful. And then, she, when she didn't get what she wanted, she immediately, went to Shark. And again, if you want me to be so concerned about your mental health, you knew exactly what going to Shark was going to do. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, Shark didn't know you, except maybe that you might have been in a live talking about me once or twice. But he didn't know you. So you went to him knowing what was going to happen to me. You sat in those boxes at night, Unhinged and CK, and you ate it up, just like you did in Petty's Live today. You were in Petty's Live, you, Miss Sunshine, which we're going to talk about as well. All of those people that have zero credibility were in there saying, "We won, Sam, you're exposed, that's it. Like, get off the app, get out of here." Like, I'm sorry, but no. That's not what just happened. You're completely delusional. No facts, no proof was brought out today at all.
Absolutely. The only other thing I have to say about her is that I feel like if this person could have a rational conversation, a calm and rational conversation, that so many times these minor issues could have been solved. But she can never have a one-on-one conversation with someone. She always has to have her people come in, or it has to be like this thing. She can never just have a one-on-one conversation with someone, or it could never just be a conversation. It always has to be this big thing, this big production. And I also, she likes to throw lots of things around that I did things to her. I absolutely 110% warned Unhinged about her, because I thought Unhinged and I were friends in the beginning when I first came to this community, and I did not want to, I didn't want Unhinged to end up where she is today. I didn't want that for her. I thought Unhinged was going to be an amazing member of this community. She was good at what she did in the beginning of this. She brought great awareness. I didn't want her to be where she's at today. So I warned her of the warning signs that I saw. Yes, I did. I did do that. So when they're throwing that out there that I sent messages, I stand on that. the other stuff that she has to say about me is kind of irrelevant, and I don't really have anything else to say about it. I already said what I had to say about the other stuff they said about me the other night. So, I think that's it about them, unless Christina has anything else to say about that.
No, I think you pretty much covered it all.
Okay.
Did you bring up the Boston medical records thing? Or do you want to avoid it?
I didn't.
We can avoid it.
Yeah, I just think it's really not necessary. But I mean, if need be in the future, I can prove what I say about the medical records. I'll just put that out there. If somebody feels like they need me to prove what I say about the medical records and all of that, I can prove what I've always said. My story aligns with my receipts. We'll just say that.
Right. And again, if you guys have any questions, we're all three of us in the boxes are completely open books. Like, if you want an answer about something that happened, ask us.
Yep.
Definitely.
We have no reason to lie to you. We have no reason to spread misinformation. We're not out to make ourselves look good. We will tell you the good, bad, and the ugly. But I think maybe we'll move on to what everybody's probably here for tonight, and that's the Pete situation. So, as most of you know, Pete and I were in a relationship on this app. We met on this app. I joined the Snapchat group. He had told me that he had noticed me before in Scammy's lives. He said that he was interested in me. He liked the way I talk. He said that he liked that I was respectful and that I was like respected by people. I had no idea that he had an interest in me or anything like that, or that he'd even noticed me prior to me coming into that group. Regardless, he showed an interest, and we, sparked a relationship, from that. Now, I know that Pastor Petty had a lot of great things to say about Pete today. Again, the thing about Pastor Petty is he doesn't really do his research. I mean, he so much as said that Pete was one of the better anti-scam creators in the community. He sung his praises really hard today, which I found completely shocking, and then completely shamed me for what Pete had said about me. And Pete had, basically started getting very disrespectful, calling me an awful human being and this, that, and the other. So I know a lot of people already know this, but I'm going to tell you, I helped Pete out with money. I helped him out financially. Do I know better? And again, this is the part, guys, where I take accountability, and this is the part where I give you all the details, not just the stuff that makes me look good. I gave Pete money. Yes, I run a platform that says no cash, resources only. I understand that it may seem hypocritical that I gave somebody money after saying that on my platform. Now, I'm sorry. In my situation, I feel like it's a little bit different, though. Pete and I were together. When I say we were in love, I say that we were telling each other daily that we loved each other. Yeah, I would say yes, at that point, we were in love with each other. We were trying to make plans to meet, and it was going to be me that would have had to go over there because he has a record and cannot enter Canada. We started a relationship, and I want to make something very clear too. We started talking like May 11th. May 13th was our big first serious 4-hour conversation. And then I didn't start giving him money until the end of May. So, I mean, I know that still doesn't look very good, but I really tried to help him in other ways in the beginning. In fact, the first couple of times that I helped him with grocery orders. Because I thought at least that way I knew that the money was going to, and I kind of use that approach with a lot of things. I knew the money that was going to go towards what it needed to go towards. So again, that being said, I did the calculations today, and Pete was really putting it on thick all the time. He was so hungry and he was so sick because he hadn't eaten and because there was no food. I kept saying, like, can you do this? Can you do that? Like, what can I do to help you? Kind of situation. Again, like I said, I know better, and I take accountability for what I did. Yes, I did lend that money out. If I never see it again, that's on me. 100%. I agree. But
let's nail something down that he willingly took this money.
right. Yeah, he never declined it ever.
Okay. All right.
Also, like, it was like a situation where he was expressing to me daily that he was unwell and sick because he hadn't eaten, because he had no food in his house. So that being said, as somebody who loved him and did not want to see her man suffer, I helped him. I did. And again, in the beginning, it was grocery orders. It was helping with food. But then you're going to see with some of the screenshots I'm about to show you, then it started turning into, like, I don't have any cigarettes. I'm smoking cigarette butts, moldy cigarette butts that were in a garbage bag. I don't know why you wouldn't just quit smoking at that point, if you couldn't afford to smoke. We tried collectively, me, Jenna, Lisa, we tried so hard to help him. We were looking for resources for him. We were, Jenna, I don't know the US or how it works, but Jenna and Lisa were very adamant that, he could get food stamps. He could get assistance from Veterans Affairs. He could get, any number of things, to help him out in his situation. And yes, I'm 100% saying this. He admitted to it in Rammer's Live that one night when I called him out on it. Pete told me that resources were not available to him because he was a single white male. And I'm not making this stuff up.
She's not. That's what I came up here to say is I helped him too. I helped him with the grocery order and a phone because he was going through it, like, he was kind of going through it, and we didn't want him to be alone, things like that. His phone was broke, so I sent him a cheap phone from Walmart so he'd have contact with all of us. But he did. He had an excuse for everything. He said he couldn't get help because he was a single white man. We'd kind of give him resources all the time, and he just said that there was nothing for him in the state of New York, guys. He had an excuse for everything, just like a lot of the beggars do, and it was bad.
He also, I called him out on it. I said, Pete, you can't be serious. You can't honestly think that you're not getting help because you're a single white male. To which he was 100% on board that is exactly why he was not getting help. We suggested all of these things to him for job opportunities, job offers. Again, I'm not lying to you when I say that man would tell me, I'm not exerting or wasting my energy to walk to a food bank to get turned down because they don't have any food left because I'm a single male without children. I looked up food banks. Jenna looked up food banks. Like, we all, like, tried our best to help him. Pete was struggling immensely. And we were all doing our best to be there for him. The behavior just got more and more peculiar. Again, I helped him with grocery orders in the beginning. And then, yes, I admit it did turn into money. Now, on the subject of Pete, again, I'm not holding anything back from you guys. I've never denied that he has started paying me back. He did start paying me back. But I did my calculations tonight with everything that was paid out and everything that was sent back. Pete had told me that he would pay me back every cent of the money. Let's be very clear. I did not ask for the takeout orders because I think I ordered him DoorDash a couple of times because he was starving. I did not ask for that back, nor did I ask for the grocery order money back. Those were gifts That was me doing that to help him. I did not expect that money back. So that's not included in these totals. The totals that I'm about to give you are only for money, like cash that was sent to his PayPal. So in total, over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 payments that I made to him. Keep in mind, guys, I'm a single mom and I was on a fixed income. I wasn't sending astronomical amounts. It was like $20, $30, $40 ranges. But that being said, from May 23rd to August 15th, I sent him a total of $436.35. Now, I had told him that every time I sent him money, it cost me a lot more money because of the currency exchange between US and Canada. If I sent him like $40, and I have the amounts, I have it all on paper. And I have backup proof of all of this. Like, here's one example. On July 16th, I sent him $48.79. And with the currency exchange and PayPal's fees, it cost me $67.86 to send that money. So every time I sent him like 20, 30 bucks, it cost me 40, 50 bucks because of the currency exchange and because of the PayPal service fees. So that being said, we had an agreement because I explained to him, this is very expensive for me to send you this money. It's costing me a lot of money to send. It's not like I could just be like, it's to somebody in Canada and I could just be like, oh, you need to borrow 20 bucks. Here's 20 bucks. And it only cost me 20 bucks. With this situation, because of PayPal, and that's the only thing internationally that we can send back and forth, it was a lot more expensive. Again, that being said, Pete agreed to pay me back all of it. Anything that I paid out Canadian, he was going to reimburse me for. And again, I told him that the grocery orders and takeout orders were not necessary to be repaid. But he said that he would pay me back for those. Again, that's not included in the total. That being said, that $436.35 in American equated, and I did the numbers from my bank account records today, it equated to $606.85 Canadian. Now, there was a grocery order. There was a couple of them, and I'm not including that in what's happened. But Pete has made payments back to me. I've received 5 payments back from Pete. The first one was August 27th. And then I did not get another payment again because that's right about the time that he went AWOL and he went missing for a long time. I didn't get my first payment from Pete after that until December 28th. Okay. And I got my very last payment from Pete February 22nd. And I have not received anything from him since. So Pete has currently paid me. Oh, we're echoing. He's currently paid me back in US $254.52, which works out to $331.54 Canadian. So, in the grand scheme of things, if he's paying me back all of the fees and everything that he as a man said that he was going to reimburse me for, $606.85 was the total Canadian. And with what he sent me American, it's worked out to $331.54 Canadian. So the outstanding balance currently on that debt is $275.31. Now, I don't expect to get it back. Okay. Let me just make that very clear. Now, as a woman, and Pete saying, I'm a man, and when I say something, I'm going to do it. So as a woman, who is also strong and independent, was I going to hold him to what he had promised me? 100%. Absolutely. He promised to repay that money back. He told me he would pay it back. So yeah, I'm going to hold you to it. Pete was then, like, when he finally did come back, he was making a lot of remarks about anti-scam, like beggars, like, oh, if you can't afford cigarettes, you shouldn't be smoking. He was making videos about beggars and scammers on this app, and it rubbed me the wrong way, 100%. To the point where I reached out to him and said, Pete, I don't think this is a good look for you. I don't think that this is appropriate. And he agreed with me and said, you know what, maybe I'll hold off on the anti-scam stuff until after I've paid you off. And I said, that's probably a better idea.
Gotcha also mentioned in the comments he gave him $20 to help get him an ID because he was saying
25.
that the reason he couldn't find a job and get a job and stuff. Gotcha helped him, gave him the money for an ID. I believe Pete spent it on cigarettes.
Cigarettes and food.
Yeah, okay, food.
And I want to just mention that as a resource queen, New York is the most resource rich state that I've ever seen. And it is completely not factual that a single white male can't get resources. That's not true. It is true that obviously with more dependence comes more resources,
Right.
but and it's also true that for some resources they do require that you work a specific amount of hours, but it's not true that it's just not available. That's not true.
Trust and believe that, like, when we tried to help him with everything, like, I'm telling you, we exhausted every option, and he turned us down for everything that we brought to him. He said he was not expelling or wasting his energy because he was so weak because he didn't eat properly. He was not going to waste his energy walking to the food bank to be turned down. He was not going to waste his energy walking to hand out job applications and stuff like that. He was not going to apply at Burger King because he is way too experienced and way too intelligent to work at Burger King. And they wouldn't be interested in hiring him knowing that he's not going to stay there. He would look for another position as soon as he could get one. He also made several like references in regards to, like what he was not willing to do. Like, I'm not going to work for that amount and I'm not going to do this. And this is where Pete and I are different. At the end of the day, you do whatever you have to do to survive. And I'm not going to show you all of our conversation stuff, but I do come with receipts. So I am going to show you guys a couple of screenshots that show that he was very upset with his grandmother, who actually isn't his actual grandmother. And he was like calling her out because she wasn't helping him enough. And he was 100% taking advantage of her, as well as taking advantage of me. Sorry, Jenna?
Yeah, totally taking advantage. And I want to say, too, before he did that, I heard him in a live saying that he never asked for the money or he never asked for the help. And I can say he didn't ask me, but we all helped him as friends. And I think my issue is we all helped him because we genuinely wanted the best for him, and he just blew us all off and acted like we were nothing. So
I will tell you, unfortunately, I wish I had this receipt, but it was on a Snapchat conversation. So I do not have this receipt, but I will tell you that in the beginning, he 100% asked me for help.
oh, I believe you. I know he asked you for help.
I had a whole last long message where he had asked me for $100. And I actually,
At the end of the day, like, he didn't have to accept any help from you.
Right.
Jen. He didn't have to accept help from other people, but he did. He took it.
I actually told him that first time when he asked for $100 that I didn't have it, because I didn't have it and I wasn't taking it away from my kid to help Pete. When I did send Pete money, it was when I had a little bit of extra money and my stuff was taken care of. But again, I'm going to show you some text messages that show that he was really like telling me all the time that he was sick because he wasn't eating. You're also going to see in some of the messages where he's like, thanks so much, Sam. You saved me. Like, I owe you one. Thank you. So this man got into a box and he spoke shit about me today. He told people that I'm a bad person. I'm not the person that I pretend that I am. He got petty right on board with everything that he was saying. But at the end of the day, if I was such a horrible person, would I have gone out of my way to help him financially? If I was a bad person, would I have cared that he told me he was starving? Well, that's not how I meant to say that. Like, would I have cared if I was such a horrible person to help him? When he said that he needed help. Again, I am fully admitting, guys, I know that this was my own doing. I shouldn't have given him the money. At the end of the day, I was in love with this man. I respected him. I am a nurturer. I like to take care of people. And we had a plan to be together in the future. If you guys have any questions about that, just pop them in the chat and I will do my best to answer all of you. What do we have here? Again, nothing's edited out except for his last name. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. My green screen is not functioning though. Hold on. I did this last time too. I have to close out. Close. Effects. Effect. Let's try this one. No, let's not do that one. I don't know why it's so finicky with when it works and when it doesn't. You have to keep tapping on it.
Yeah, that was the thing about Pete, is he acted like his grandma owed him something, and his grandma should not be taking care of him.
Jenna, while I'm trying to get this to work, because it's not working right now, can you explain like how Gotcha had told him not to pay the money back, and he paid Gotcha back before he even started paying me back?
Yeah, God said that he didn't owe him the money, and that if he didn't use it on the ID or whatever, to just, I think I remember him saying to use it on something. Oh, no. Anyway, he sent him the $20 for the ID. Pete ended up not getting it, but a while later, Pete still paid Got back after Got told him he didn't have to, that Got would rather have the money go to you first because you'd give him the most. You're a single mom, and Pete felt like it was like a ego thing, I guess, since it was like man to man, is what I'm assuming, is why he paid him back first. But yeah.
There's a great question by Elaine in the comments. Do you think he scammed you from the beginning, or did he truly care about you?
And again, I'm not like Pete, so I'm not going to sit there and get in a box and tell people. I might have to pause for a second and send these to Virgo or somebody else because I'm having difficulty. But I have a few messages that I'd like to just show you guys examples of what I'm talking about. The difference between Pete and I is, again, I'm not going to be dishonest with you guys. Do I believe that Pete genuinely cared about me? 100%. I really, really do. I think that a lot of it was, unfortunately, his phone stopped working. He disappeared for a month. So, he got in boxes and told people that I never cared about him, that I was getting it on with other guys. I didn't give a shit about him. I can assure you that it was a month after not hearing from Pete, I had given up, and I had cried for that month, and I was worried about him. I had confided in some of my close friends on this app that I was worried about him because, again, Pete had some mental health issues and he had brought some dark things up before. And I was genuinely concerned for him. I had reached out to his workplace and asked them, like, is he okay? To which they responded, he was just here. He's okay. Jenna had just bought him a new phone and he couldn't contact me. So it just, I get what he's saying as far as like losing the phone or losing the contacts, didn't have any way. I would have moved heaven and earth to get in touch with him. He had my address. He could have wrote me a letter. It would have been there within 30 days. Would I have handled the situation the way he did? No, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have. Again, I would have moved heaven and earth to let the man that I love know, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. Like, I'm trying to figure some shit out. I'm working on it. I'll be back with you as soon as I can. And I'm going to remind you guys that there were a couple of times that I was live and Pete would enter the live and he wouldn't say anything. And we were like, well, what is he doing? Like, is he fucking with me? I'm not going to lie to you. Initially, yes, I thought that he had screwed me. I thought he disappeared. He'd gotten that much money from me and then he completely disappeared for a month. So what was I supposed to think? Of course, I thought that this man took me, for what he could get out of me. But at the end of the day, again, I'm not going to be Pete and I'm not going to get in a box and tell people she never even cared about me. I cared enough to send you a lot of money. I cared enough to bust my ass to make sure that you were okay. I cared enough to try to help you with resources. I cared enough to like reach out to other people to ask if there was anything we could do to help him. I cared about a lot of things. So to get in a box and tell people that I didn't give a shit and that I was kissing other boys, first of all, we're on the internet. I'm in Canada. I ain't kissing nobody over here. He was also very sour about a conversation that we had about our sexual relationship, and in regards to being open until we could meet each other in person. He agreed at the time and then turned around and used it against me. There's a lot of factors. Again, it's really honestly, at the end of the day, it's nobody's business. But no, I truly don't think that Pete was scamming me. Maybe I'm naive. Other people would see it that way. I don't think that was the case. I think at the end of the day, I am a good woman. I want to take care of people and help people. And I think he just started taking advantage of that. And towards the end of us not talking anymore, I was noticing it with his grandmother as well. Like he was getting very upset if she didn't help him in the ways that he wanted her to help him. That's with cigarettes. That's with purchasing pot, snacks. If she didn't let him borrow the car, if she didn't DoorDash with him. The only employment that he had at the time when we met was DoorDash. And because of his driving record and no license, he was using his grandmother's account to DoorDash. And she would have to go with him. So he was getting angry with her because she was like 86 and didn't want to go with him, obviously. And yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try this green screen one more time. But it's being difficult.
Hey Sam, I'm gonna drop to go get the kid ready for bed. If you need
No worries.
to holler, okay?
Virgo, I'm going to have to send these to you if that's okay.
Absolutely.
I'll be right back, guys. Virgo, I think I've cropped the last name. Like I went in and edited all of them, but I'm working on 2 hours of sleep. So before you post them, can you just please make sure the last name's not in there?
Yes, I'm going to double check everything.
Thank you. And then we'll expand you and put you in the bigger box. Again, we're not going to sit there and like discuss them. This is just as proof to show you guys, like people call it dry bagging on this app. Do I agree? Yes. In a sense, I believe he was dry bagging to me, saying that he didn't have this and he didn't have this, in order to get support.
Okay.
Oh, do you want me to put you in the bigger box? How do I expand you? Hold on, I got it. Expand. Okay, so it's a little blurry. I'm assuming this was after I had sent him money. He said, "I fucking owe you big time. Thanks so much." I said, "You're welcome. That's the extent of the help that I can provide for a while. I just paid my rent and some bills." Your dimmer thing went off. "So I hope you can focus on you now that grandma's gone. I don't mean that in a rude way at all. I just know that you're always worried about her, and hopefully now you can focus on you and your needs. I don't mind helping you." Again, I was told I was going to get it back. He said, "I'm going to get some sleep." Wow. Graham fucked me hard. They're turning the power off for past due payment of almost $3,000, and she won't answer my messages. This is fucking crazy. I said, "I'm so sorry. That's awful. Are you okay?" And I said, I'm worried that things are going to get worse. His grandma had just left to go to a different state. And she was the one that financially supported him. So everything was kind of starting to crumble after she left. And he was pretty angry with her for leaving. This was about our group chat. The friends in the group chat were asking about him. He hadn't been coming around. There was plenty of times when he would just disappear and not come around for like a week. He said, "I'm sorry, my stomach's killing me. I feel bad now." I said, "Is it getting worse, hun?" I said, "Maybe you should go get checked out. Could be appendix or gallbladder, maybe an ulcer." You're dimmer. Yeah. He said, "It's the same. It's hunger pains. I've had this before." I can't read the bottom because of the comments, Virgo.
Oh.
It goes away. I said, "Then please just try to eat something." I said, "Toast, anything." That's the same one. I don't know why. Any update on the power? I guess I'm worried for when the power goes off, I'm not going to hear from you. She hasn't said anything back about that yet. How did you find out? That one's kind of irrelevant. Just that he talked to the power guy about the outstanding bill. He didn't know it was behind. I said on this conversation again, this is a loving, concerning, caring girlfriend. Did you eat today? Speaking of eating, did you? I'm still out of food. I ate nonstop today and yesterday. All I have is ice cream, and that's for late night snacking. I asked my gram to help me, but she hasn't gotten back to me yet. She's supposed to call me later tonight. I said, "Okay, hopefully she can help you." He said, "Yeah, I'm sick of this shit." So it was just a lot of stuff like that was constantly, happening as far as like, him telling me, like that, can you expand me? No, I got it. There we go. Just stuff like that, and telling me all that, like the hunger pains was all the time. Like I'm faint, I'm weak, I haven't eaten anything, I'm starving. And I would keep telling him to, to make sure that he was eating and to take care of himself. I guess the last thing that has to do with Pete that I'm going to bring up, and I really didn't want to have to bring this up. I really didn't want to do this, but again, certain people are only going to tell you what suits their narrative. Pete, as most of you know, did have an issue with alcohol. I was told by friends after the fact several times that they were suspicious that he had been drinking, and I denied it. I said, "No, he's not. He's absolutely not. He wouldn't do that." I asked Pete outright when he started acting peculiar on lives and slurring his words and stuff like that. I said, "Pete, are you drinking?" And I said, "I'm not saying this because I'm going to leave you. I need to know, if you're drinking, and I can help you." Unfortunately, he denied over and over again that he was drinking. I don't have any actual proof that he was, except for the fact that when we were on the phone one day and I had sent him money for cigarettes, he walked into a convenience store and the clerk at the convenience store asked him if he was there for beer. I was pretty upset because I was like, "Why would he ask you that?" And he's like, "I don't know. I used to buy beer from this guy like 2-3 years ago. So I have no idea why he would ask me that." And I'm like, "Well, it doesn't make sense if you haven't been drinking for 2-3 years that he would be asking you if you're coming to purchase beer." So that was kind of like a little bit of a red flag for me. But again, I was like, okay, you know what? Like, he would be honest with me. Like, he's an honest man. Like, if he was really drinking and he needed help, he would tell me. Like, that's what was going on. Again, other people were telling me that those were the signs and that's what was going on, but I didn't really want to see it, because I thought that he was being truthful with me. Again, I really don't want to get into stuff like this, but Pete puts himself off as a super respectable person and stuff like that. Pete was discharged from the military. He explained to me what the situation was. I don't think I really need to go into details. I guess if he wants to tell you, he can tell you that. But yeah, he was discharged from the military, and obviously with no benefits. So, we would say, why don't you reach out to Veterans Affairs, and why don't you, go to the VA hospital? Somebody had told me he can go to the VA hospital and get checked out and stuff like that. And yeah, that, he was let go from there. So, there's that. And then, again, just in regards to taking advantage of the grandmother, when she did move to another state, he was pretty upset that, she had taken the vehicle with her, because he had expected that she would leave the vehicle for him, even though he had no license, no way to pay for the insurance. he thought that she was going to transfer the vehicle over into his name because she was elderly and shouldn't be driving anyway. He was quite distraught about that. You know, the thing about Pete is that he sits there and he sat there in Petty's live today and said, I remember everything, every conversation. I remember everything, but he doesn't seem to remember these things. He doesn't seem to want to talk about these things. Pete, this probably wouldn't even have needed to come out if you didn't get in that box today and try to tell people that I'm an awful human being, that I never cared about you. You, again, were so concerned about what I was doing with other people after you came back. I'm not sure what you expected from me. Like, you completely disappeared. I had no idea, given the circumstances, with the possibility of drinking, with the really dark mental thoughts. I had no idea what could have happened to you. And I waited and I waited and I cried and I worried for you and tried to think of ways that I could get in touch with you. So again, if you want to spin a narrative that I'm a bad person, I guess that's your narrative and that's fine. But at the end of the day, I truly did care about you. I truly did do everything that I could to help you. Do I think that Pete's a terrible man? No, I don't. I think that every person has good qualities about them. I think every person has, yes, he was on probation. I think every person has potential to be successful and to do well in life. I'm starting to reach my potential. It took me a long time to get there, but I'm doing it. And I see that in everybody. When we talk about tulips and we talk about beggars and all this, that, and the other, I truly believe that they can get better and move forward in life. I don't think Pete is a bad man. I think Pete is battling some really serious demons. I think that he still has a lot of like stuff to kind of get through and shit like that. I guess he's probably going to retaliate and get in a box and say a lot of things about me. And that's fine at this point. I don't care. I'm not going to be addressing this anymore. There is an outstanding balance of $275.31 Canadian. I guess what I'm asking is that if you are going to hear him out or, you know, hear what he has to say, just maybe if you could just help me out a little and just ask when I can expect some of that back. At the end of the day, he told me he was a man of his word, and that balance is still outstanding. And this has been going on for quite some time now, since May, right?
Yeah. Do you want to address what he claims you said about how your child was more important than his child? The chat was really upset about that. People are asking to clarify in the comment. I just want you to, you know, bring your truth to his lies. So
I listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was struggling financially right around Christmas time, and I knew that Pete owed me this money, and he had said that he was going to pay it back. So I asked Pete at Christmas time, I said, can I please like get some money back? I said, Jasmine, my daughter, is struggling financially. You know, I want to be able to help her, but I can't because you owe me money that you told me you were going to give me back and you haven't. And not to mention Christmas was approaching and I didn't have anything for my kids yet. Again, that's nobody's problem. I'm not dry begging. I'm not saying shit. At the end of the day, I did it. I got it figured out for my children because that's what a mom does. But yeah, he claims that he told the response he gave me. I said, is there any way I can get some of that money back, Pete? Like, I really need it. I want to help my daughter and Christmas is coming. His response was to me, well, I don't have it. I can't give you something that I don't have. And then he responded with, well, my daughter's not going to have anything for Christmas either. And I did not respond in a, well, screw your daughter. You know, if I did, please provide proof, please. Because I don't like, you know, I may have said like, why is your daughter being, you know what I mean? Like in this situation, I'm not going to claim that I exactly know the words, but there is no way that I would have, like, he said, I'm pretty sure Virgo, he said that I was like, basically like, fuck your daughter, basically, right?
Yeah, but didn't you tell him just to keep the money? Is that not correct?
yes. That I was there. I remember exactly what you said, actually.
Oh,
He said that he was going to get the money off of his grandma to pay
right.
you.
Right. Yes. There was one point where he had messaged me and he had said that because I was like, what's going on? Where's the payment, Pete? And he was like, oh, Laura Palmer's good, Virgo.
Okay. I'm like, who are you?
Yeah, no, she's good. I promise. There was one point where he was like, well, I'm going to have to borrow $50 off Graham so that I can send it to you. And I'm like, don't take from your grandma. Yes. I said, don't take that from your grandma to give it to me. I will figure it out. Yes, Miss Melissa, in that situation where he wanted to take it from his grandma to give to me, yes, I told him to keep that $50. I told him, pay me back when you can.
Yeah. I mean, why would Samantha want to take from someone who is like, probably doesn't have enough for themselves, providing for their grandchild, kind of. Samantha's trying to be the bigger person. She wants Pete to own up to his debt, not her debt.
Oh my God.
It just, it just goes to show that I was there when that message was sent. So I know for a fact that that's what was said.
I mean, if you're paying somebody back, you should be paying them back out of your money, not borrowing money from another person to pay another person back.
Yep.
Right. And there were times when he was like, I have to send a payment to my daughter. And I was like, yes, of course. Like, she hasn't gotten anything from you in months. Absolutely make a payment to your daughter. But just please remember again that I am a single mother who, I have 2 kids. I'm not financially supporting my daughter anymore. But there have been times when I've like minor helped her out because I don't have it to major help her out. And my, I'm not allowed to brag about my daughter according to Pastor Petty, but she works her ass off, to make sure her bills are paid. So, yeah, that's kind of the situation with that. Again, do I anticipate that he will probably retaliate? Probably. And that's fine. It is what it is at the end of the day. Like I said, I've said what I have to say in regards to it, and I'm not addressing it again. He can say whatever he wants about me at this point. I'm not addressing it again. If you have a question about something he says, or you want to clarify something, please, by all means, I don't owe anybody an explanation, but I am an open book. So please come to me and ask me, and I will help you or answer you with an honest answer. How do Pastor Petty and I know each other? Just from him, he was doing anti-scam and I was new and I was doing anti-scam. I didn't really know him. I had stumbled upon his lives. I, had seen him. I think he's hilarious. I think Pastor Petty is a funny guy. Do I think that he handled the situation today in a good way? No. I'm hearing he even put an apology on Reddit for his behavior today. He was very rude to, there was 3 or 4 women that were trying to speak to him and he was yelling and talking over them and shifting, what they were trying to say and stuff like that. He kept asking me over and over and over again about the subscriptions, to which I had already answered. I had already told him this is not what's going on with the subscriptions. I've now proven that to you guys. And I'll post a video if I have to, again, to show that I do not have a cash out method on this account, and my balance from the subscriptions is $8.40. Just don't lie on people. Like, if you're going to talk, then at least be honest about what you're saying about people. Misinformation on this app is running rampant. And like Cass said today, in a very emotional video, like, it's getting to be too much, guys. Like, it's literally like, well, what is this about? I strongly believe that Pastor Petty, had some people in his ear that are not liking me right now, because there is now a group, of people that do not like me right now. And that's fine. After being told to get off the app and to do this, he was also very rude about the fact that I deactivated my account, the night after Andrew. He said that I was scared. He said that I was crying. He told me today that he wanted me to cry. He was like, cry, Samantha. I want you to cry. Cry, Samantha. I don't know why a man would speak to a woman in that way. I don't understand. Again, this man, when Shark was coming for him and disgusting accounts were made about him and stuff that he may or may not do, I stayed out of it, not my problem. I reported those accounts. I was all up in there reporting those accounts to try to get them down. I was devastated for him. That was completely awful to see. And I don't care who you are. Nobody deserves that. Nobody. And I was reporting those counts with everything that I had to try to get them taken down. The reason he came at me today, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if it's jealousy. He sat there and told people repeatedly that I don't bring awareness. I don't do anything for this community. And he couldn't be further from the truth. We have really been doing some really great awareness, and in all honesty, I've been trying to stay out of the drama for the last 2 weeks. Let me tell you something. Penny Fairy doesn't do drama. Thinning Out Nonsense, who is somebody else that I am fully, I respect so much, doesn't do drama. Suba, great creator on here, does not do drama. I think about those people when we're all up in drama. I'm like, oh, Suba wouldn't like this. Penny Fairy wouldn't like this. Thinning Out Nonsense wouldn't like this. Because at the end of the day, it is about awareness. Now, the thing I struggle with is when people speak misinformation on me, I feel the need to defend myself. I don't know. It is a flaw with me. I don't need to explain myself to anybody, but I also don't like when people speak misinformation on me. I've made mistakes in this. I've never claimed to be perfect. But to say that I haven't done anything for this community is bullshit. He said he had high regard for Penny Fairy today. Maybe not knowing that Penny Fairy is a friend of mine. I do bounce stuff off of him quite often. We do help each other on any tasks or live awareness discussions that we can help each other with. I respect Blast so much. I respect Suba. I respect everybody that's in our community with anti-scam. But when Adam came back after being gone for a long time, he said, this drama's got to stop because the beggars are winning. And he's 100% right. BPD Bradley commented on Pastor Petty's video that he made about me where he was mildly intimidating me. He said, they think it's hilarious. Beth thinks this is funny. BPD Bradley thinks this is funny, and it's really taking away from what we're trying to do here. And I agree. And since Adam said that, I have been doing my absolute best to stay out of the drama. But what I can't handle, and I guess what really bothers me, is when people for 2 days in a row go on live and drag me and smear me and tell people that I'm a terrible person and lie about things and say that I've done things that I haven't done. I don't know if I'll ever get to a point where I don't feel the need to defend myself against those things. And to be perfectly honest with you, I am a flawed person. I think some people are like that as well. But I'm being perfectly honest with you guys. Don't tell me that I haven't done anything on this app. I've lost 5 or 6 accounts. I have built this account and 2 others that follow right up after losing an account that was almost at 10K followers. And I've done that on my own. I make videos. I am a person in this community that has preached that we do not need to disrespect people. We do not need to name call people. We do not need to go personal, and we do not need to dox. So for everybody out there that wants to say that I dox, wants to say that I go real life, bring your proof. Because at the end of the day, just like I told Petty 500 times today, what you're saying right now is hearsay. Unless you have proof that I am doing these things, it is hearsay. And at the end of the day, the people that have been following me consistently for a year, moderators that I've consistently had for a year, they know me. And they know that's not how I roll. Absolutely. Everybody else that wants to say differently can go ahead and say differently. I'm done with this. I'm 100% done with this, and I do not want to walk away. I don't. And I'm not going to let anybody chase me off this app. We saw what happened to me tonight. Yeah. My last name is now out there. I'm not going to let it get to me. I think you guys have all been with me on this journey of the weight loss, and you've seen just how strong I am, and how far I've come. And that is the kind of woman I am. And I've had some really good friends that have really opened my eyes to what a fucking rock star I am. And I love those people so much. And I am so grateful for those people. And I'm so grateful for all of you guys. I try my best to check on everybody when I notice somebody's been gone for a few days. I do my best to check on them, and I respond to messages to let people know that I do care. I'm not just, you're not just a follower to me. You're not just a number to me.
Yeah.
I did not push Lisa out of the mental health lives. That is not true. Lisa stopped doing them. And Virgo and I had expressed concern to her that there was a whole chat there that was, needing support, and nobody was supporting them. And that there were people that were requesting mental health lives, and nobody was helping them. So Virgo and
left.
Yeah, she stopped. And we called when we had one of our final conversations, we asked her, why are you not doing it anymore? Now she did say that she was struggling, and I get that. Like sometimes I have to take a step back when I'm struggling, because as much as I want to help people, it can actually like derail me, if I get triggered by something that like is meaningful to me. So, but at the end of the day, we gave it a few weeks and nothing happened. And I am not a person that can just leave people and say you're on your own, which is why I'm still on this app. We had to step up and do it. There's nothing saying that Lisa can't do it still on her platform, and we can't still do it over here if we feel the need. Nobody's stopping anybody from doing anything. I just saw that people were in need and they weren't being helped. And at the end of the day, that's what Lisa built her platform on, was mental health. And she just kind of left everybody. So again, if that's on her because of personal issues or whatever, that's fine. But then don't turn around and tell people that stepped up to take over and help those people. Don't tell people that we took it away from you, because that's not the case.
Right.
That was a lot. I feel like I just did a therapy session. Do you guys have anything to add to what we just talked about with Pete, Lisa, Petty?
No.
I just want to say that, and then I've said this before, but there's a lot of people in here that it wasn't for Sam, I wouldn't be sitting up here talking to you right now. Wasn't for Sam, I wouldn't be doing anti-scam or awareness at all. The first video that I ever saw on this side of TikTok was Days of Beg Talk, and that inspired me to start my own content eventually, after I sat back and watched for a long period of time. So, people can discredit people all they want to. They can say whatever they want to at the end of the day, but if you stopped one person from sending money to someone on this app,
You did your job.
then you've done something, and she's done that.
And for Petty to sit there and say today that Virgo needs to go back to making lunches, first of all, and I'm going to cuss, so trigger warning, who the fuck do you think you are? Virgo is doing great things on this app. Virgo is an amazing support person to a lot of people. When I was struggling and couldn't eat for 5 weeks and I was miserable, Virgo, Christina, my group in the Snapchat they took it, man. They took it from me, being moody and upset and crying, and I don't know if I can do this. Gotcha. Like, I'm telling you that to sit there and say or try to portray Virgo as being a bad person when you are sitting there sticking up for Miss Sunshine and allowing her to consistently bully Virgo in your comments and call her a DKB over and over and over again is ridiculous.
You know how many people on this app started out doing one thing and then they switched their content to something else? That's their platform. They can do whatever they want to with it. There are thousands, if No telling how many have decided that what they're doing is no longer for them. They want to do something different. Who can fault them for that?
Well, DKB is dirty kitchen, BITCH. That's what Miss Sunshine calls Virgo all the time. It's ridiculous. Like, straight up, I'm going to 100% say that Virgo was 100% bullied in those comments today. Virgo and I took a pounding today in those comments, like you would not believe. But we held it. I mean, I'm proud of you, Virgo. Like you do inspire me to keep going all the time. She held her own 100%, and I am so fucking proud of her. You know what? Virgo is my calm, and she is my voice of reason when Samantha wants to unleash and say, listen, no man is ever going to talk to me like that. No man is ever going to tell me what to do. No man is ever going to sit there and tell me what I can do and what I can't do. At the end of the day, the awareness does work. We have had amazing awareness discussion lives in this community. Numbers have dwindled. Whether people see it or not, yes, people are still getting money on here, but they're not getting it to the extent that they were, which causes some of them to drop off. So if we've reached 5 people, 20 people, 30 people, we've done an amazing job. Right. And I can show you, I will, when I have time, I promise, I will put together a video, because there are people in my photo gallery from the past year that are no longer on this app begging. I'm not taking credit for that. Don't twist that up. But I'm telling you, the point of this is to show you guys that there are people that were steady on here begging all the time, and they're no longer on this app begging. So take it or leave it. But Petty, at the end of the day, I don't know why you have to try to shame us for trying to do good things. First of all, Miss Sunshine has zero credibility. Zero. This woman, we're going to talk about her now, Virgo. This woman cloned scammers and beggars' cash apps to get money from their donations. So let's discuss that right now, and you guys can decide if that's a person that you think is credible in saying that what we're doing on here is bullshit.
Yeah. So, when I first found you guys, I've told you guys this before, but I kind of fell into all of this by finding Lisa and Jace, and falling into this with Michelle, and I found Leah, and then, we kind of found you guys, and I found Miss Sunshine through, I guess, the tech situation. I saw Miss Sunshine in Text Live for the first time ever, and I started hanging out in her lives, like early mornings. I would go to the gym. I was going to the gym, working out in the mornings, and on my way there, I would listen to Miss Sunshine in the mornings. On the way to the gym, we would talk, and we were friendly. Her and I would chat. She was a different person then than she is now. I have to say that. Yes, the meatloaf lady, Suba. She truly was a different person then than she is today. I never saw her be vile. She was very kind. We had good conversations. She started coming around the anti-scam community more and more, as did I. She kind of started branching off with friends that I wouldn't so much hang out with, but who am I? You know what I mean? I don't care, you know what I mean? We still kept in contact. I never gave her my phone number, but I do have a Text Now app that I give out to people on here to be able to communicate with them. So I gave her that number, and we would talk semi-regularly. And one night I saw her live in the middle of the night, which was weird because she's usually on live first thing in the morning. And it's kind of weird because she was live and she was in King Bean's box. And she was basically telling him, you can't have your Cash App in your bio, dude. This is not good. They're going to call you out for this. And like, I just noticed that she was very intoxicated. And this was the first time that I ever saw her intoxicated, ever in my life. And it, from then on, started a pattern, right? So, now I very rarely see her on live not intoxicated. That's just kind of like the history of how I saw her and how I met her and all that kind of stuff. So, you guys also, a lot of you know that Michelle and Leah and I are the ones who exposed Shy. So the night that we exposed Shy, Miss Sunshine sent me a message on my my Text Now app, and I'm about to show you those messages. I'm getting ready to pull them up here, some of them. Let me go back because I've got two sets of messages here, ones that I crossed all the names out of. Sorry. Here we go. All right. Do you want to put me in the big box?
Laughing at Petty Fairy down there, tell Megs to stop typing and start tapping. Oh, do you want me to make you, Meg?
Yes, please. So, she said, so pretty sure all the new follows and profile visits from anti-scam people found out what I do. If that's true and they're trying to expose me, I'd rather it be y'all, LOL. And mind you, this is August 18th of 23, okay? And you can see I said, wait, what? This is 12:23 a.m. and she sends me this while I'm in Cass's box in a live. So, I said, laughing my ass off, what is going on? You're making me feel like I should do a deep dive. And she said, I've had a lot of follows the last 3 days from anti-scam and people who we just don't click. So it's either the goose shit or my cloning. I had no idea what this lady was talking about, okay? So she never texted me back after this, right? So the next day we have a phone call and she tells me everything. And she basically tells me that there's a few people that she thinks are onto her. She thinks that Samantha is onto her, and she thinks that Candy Cane is onto her. And I was like, why do you think that Candy Cane is on to you? And she's like, well, Candy Cane told me in Petty's live. She called me out in Pastor Petty's live the other day. And I said, okay, so why do you think Samantha's on to you? And she's like, well, she keeps looking at my profile. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't know Candy Cane that well, but I feel like if Samantha thought that you were doing that, she would call you out. And I also feel like if Candy thought you were doing that, she would call you out. So she tells me that she wants me, Michelle, and Leah to expose her and just get it out of the way. Okay? So we schedule this live to do it. And she sends me here's the receipts of not all of them, but these are the ones that she sent to me because she deleted some of the Cash Apps. She admitted this to me. These are the Cash Apps that she received from the accounts that she did not delete. These are email ones from the ones she deleted. Oh, That's Jen the Comeback Kid. So then when we did, I remember her telling me on the phone call, I want to go back. I remember her telling me on the phone call that she doesn't think anti-scam creators are going to be that mad. And I said, why do you think that? And she's like, well, it's not like I scammed anyone. And I'm thinking in my head, like, well, you kind of did. And she's like, I didn't, like, I took money from a scammer. I scammed the scammer. And, and I also remember her telling me that Cass knew about it. She's like, there's already a lot of people that know about it. So I'm thinking, like, if these people know about it, why are they not calling her out about it, right? So, in the live that we do to expose her, everybody loses their shit. And I'm sure you guys remember that live that we did. I know Cass remembers. I'm sure Suba remembers.
I remember.
Sam remembers. I'm sure Scam Opera remembers. And then she tells me that she told me about it. And I'm like, there's no way you told me. So I go back through my messages, and these are the messages where she told me, where she claims she told me. So it says, this was the night that we were, this was the night we were exposing Shy. She messages me and says, I'm 42, I live there, I scam the scammers. Phew, okay. Y'all don't come after me. That's her admitting it to me. Okay? That's basically her telling me, but I'm supposed to take that as her admission of guilt. And, this was my response to her. I just thought she was kidding. I'm just moving quickly. I probably barely read it. And then she says, this is what she says. I'm trying to find Shark too, but seriously, I same Kiki, do T come after me, K LOL. So this is all obviously when Petty was offering a reward for whoever could find Shark. So I'm trying to find Shark too. But seriously, she meant to say, I scam Kiki. Don't come after me. K LOL. That's her admitting it to me. And I'm supposed to remember that and know what's going on. That's her admitting it to me. So those are the screenshots that I have. And those
hard to
are
make
the
sense
receipts.
of that. I mean, that's kind of like, she didn't really come out and say it to you, though,
What did you say?
I said she didn't really come out and say that to you. That it's hard to read that.
Right. Yeah, and I probably glossed right over that and, just thought like it was a typo and, never thought about it again. I really had to go back over my messages and try to figure out where she could have possibly been talking about.
And you would never just think that automatically. Oh, what I'm saying? Like, that's not something I would have ever thought somebody would do. I'd never heard of it.
Never in a million years. She said that she actually said it word for word in a live to Cass, and Cass didn't pick up on it. Cass laughed it off like it was a joke.
Yeah, because she said something about I scammed a scammer or something. I think it was something to that effect, but it wasn't any detail of how she scammed. It was a roundabout way of, and everybody just kind of blew it off like, yeah, right.
Yep. So, I can't tell you how much money the lady got. We're never going to know. She's probably never going to be honest. It's hard to tell. From all the screenshots that I have, I didn't add it up tonight. I want to say it was less than $100. But
But
The people that she admitted to doing it to were three of like the biggest ones at the time. It was Austin to Margot, Lisa J Stay by Day, and Kanisha.
she cloned the Cash App because she made it a very similar name with like one letter or number off. That's how she cloned the Cash App. And then she would steal the profile picture and use the same profile picture. So when people typed it in, if it came up, they'd be like, "Oh, that's the one," and they would select it. Again, it wasn't like the best scam of the world because, like Virgo said, she didn't make a whole lot of money from this. The reason I want to bring it up is because, again, she will hammer Virgo every single chance she gets. She will call her out names. She will bully her. She will completely disrespect her. At the end of the day, Miss Sunshine, I want you to know that you have zero credibility on this app. Like, you are a terrible human being. This woman, when she wanted to go after CK, messaged me and said, "You know what? I know we don't get along, but like, help me take this bitch down." And I said, "No, absolutely not. I am not getting involved in that." And I have a screenshot. I said, "Nope, not happening. Like, do whatever you got to do, but I'm not being a part of it." And guess what her response was? "Well, I always knew you were a fat hoe anyway." Are you kidding me right now? Like, this is the way that you talk to people. So again, some advice to Petty: having Sunshine in your box, calling people out and using words like bitch and all of this other stuff, like, yeah, while she's yelling at people, that is bullying, that is name calling, and you laughed at it. You sat there and you laughed at it and you thought it was funny. While she destroyed some people, Amy was a victim. She went after Virgo the whole time in the chat. It really blows my mind the amount of people on here that are willing to go so hard for people that they don't know shit about. Like, guys, if you're going to support people and you're going to back people, make sure you know those people and their values and what they stand for and what they do and stuff like that, because all I heard today was misinformation, just hammered in the comments. "Well, you did this and you called CPS and you bullied this person and you said this and you did this." And it was all like, I just kept responding to everybody, "That's misinformation. That's misinformation. Nope, you're wrong. That's misinformation." It doesn't need to happen. Again, Miss Sunshine, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. I know you think I'm hated on here. She thought that they won the fight today. She thought that I was done. I was off the app. Petty had got me. That's not the case whatsoever. And I think you can see from the followers in my live tonight that people do support me, and I do have credibility on this app. As much as you do not like me, I do have credibility on this app, and I have made some big changes on this app as far as the anti-scam community goes. Now, Petty wanted to hammer me as well about my followers because I did make a comment on his video that he made that was mildly intimidating me, telling me not to come for him when I was never coming for him. He had her and I were going at it in the comments, and she said, "This is hilarious to finally see you losing followers." All I did was respond with, "I'm actually gaining followers. I haven't lost any followers. My following has gone up." So
Tell them why your followings went up, Sam.
And then, well, the live discussions is how my following went up. The videos got to a point, and Christina's right. My initial following on my main account, my first main account that I had gotten up there, was from Days of Bag Talk and from my content. At one point, and I think Penny Fairy and all the other creators can attest to this, at some point about 4 to 6 months ago, Rooster can too, views have gone down dramatically on this app. So your videos aren't getting pushed out to the FYP as often. You're not, it's not getting seen by as many people. Again, Petty's going to harp on me about talking about followers. I was responding to Miss Sunshine when she sat there and said to me, "This is so funny to me. You're losing followers. People are no longer supporting you." All I said was, actually, I'm not losing followers. I'm actually gaining followers. But at the end of the day, Christina's 100% right. When the views weren't coming in anymore and that wasn't creating awareness, I had to come up with another way to create awareness. And that's when the live discussions started. And I think that the live discussions are amazing. Listen, this is an app, and if you're going to be a content creator and you're going to be passionate about what you do on here, you need to be able to adapt to the changes. And TikTok is always, always changing. And I've always said on here, one of the things I love about this app is the fact that it's given me a sense of creativity that I never knew existed. I never knew that I had this in me.
When you follow somebody, it gives you a notification that that person's live. So when that next live discussion pops up, people want to follow the people in the boxes so that they can join that live once again and they can get more awareness. Right. So I don't know how you're supposed to bring awareness if you don't have followers. I'm really confused by that.
Yeah. Again, what he was saying to people, you know, what I should and shouldn't be doing, what Virgo should and shouldn't be doing. I know a lot of people think that I do the same thing on here. I try to tell people what to do. I never intentionally try to tell people what to do. But when I notice that people maybe are not in this for genuine reasons, when I notice that people are displaying kind of behaviors and stuff like this while they're doing like they're angry with the beggars and scammers, like they're like angry and like want harm to come to them, when they want to dox, when they want to go personal and contact family members and stuff like that. Yeah, I call that kind of stuff out. When I see I have called out people for profiting on the app. Yep, I fully admit to it. Again, one of the things that I maybe should have kept my mouth shut at the time, but I did do it, and I take accountability for it. I know truth tellers and scammy claws and all of them have this narrative that they want to spin about me, that I don't like anybody else. I don't support anybody else that creates anti-scam. I want to be the number one leader. And for the record, Petty told everybody in that live today that I was the leader. I've never claimed to, nor have I ever wanted to be the leader of anti-scam. What I want to do is do what I do on this platform in a way that I feel good about. And I've done that. I've successfully done that. As far as everybody else, if I didn't care about everybody else and I didn't want them to succeed, I would do these live discussions by myself. And I would be like, screw everybody else. I'll do it by myself. But the good thing, and I love and admire about our community, is that there are different people in the community that you know you can reach out to. Like if I need help with resources for a beggar or scammer, or even one of our followers messages us and said, I need resources, then I know who to go to. It's Virgo. If I need a fact or a date or I need to clarify something, I know that I go to Scam Opera. I bounce ideas off God all the time. I talk to Cass, I talk to Megs, I talk to Suba, I talk to Penny Fairy, and I make videos for these people when they lose accounts, and I tell people, like, please follow this person. I've encouraged Scam Opera and Virgo to go ahead with their own live awareness discussions. It doesn't have to be me that hosts them all the time. I take the initiative and I say, okay, let's do this. People ask me and say, can you do this? Can you do this? And I say, sure, I can do it. Absolutely. But I encourage everybody to do it in a way that they feel good about, in a way that at the end of the day makes them feel good about the awareness that they're creating.
And I had my first one Sunday night, but in the meantime, there was a drama live going on at the same time, taken away from my first live, and that's just so disrespectful.
Yeah, I feel like, first of all, that everybody else likes to claim that Samantha is the leader more than Samantha claims that she's the leader, and that Samantha was very welcoming to me when I first came into this community and decided to start posting content. So for people to say, like, oh, she doesn't like new people, that's completely not true. That's just not true.
When I think of a leader in this community, and again, nobody likes to be pinned as the leader, but in all honesty, my mentors coming into this were Blast and Scammy. We all have our people, and then I stumbled across Adam, thinning out nonsense. We all have our reasons for why we do this, why we got into this. Again, my reason is my kid. Like, if my kid can bust her ass and do everything that she needs to, or I can, or Virgo can, or Christina can, there's no reason why these people can't do it too. And I'm not going to stand for people that are going to take advantage of people on this app. We take a lot of heat for what we do on here, a lot of heat. But yes, you too, God, of course, always. But I love being a part of this. I really do. I miss Scammy too. I miss Jarvis. I miss frauds. I miss a lot of people that aren't doing this anymore, and I don't want to see anybody else, leave either.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that it has to come to all of this hatred and all of this bullshit constantly all the time. I have a lot of respect for people until I don't have, a reason to respect you. With Sunshine, dude, you've proven over and over again the type of person you are. So again, you may think that you're sitting pretty and that you have credibility, but at the end of the day, I can assure you that you have none.
Right. And
Absolutely not.
yeah, I mean, Sunshine is so determined to get me worked up and get me out of character, but I'm not sure if she realizes that I ultimately don't care what you have to say. Like, you caught me making lunch one day and I stepped out of the view of the camera and you caught a screenshot of my kitchen table that had clutter on it. And now you call me the dirty kitchen bitch. I clean my kitchen in my house every day, and everybody on TikTok knows that. They make fun of me because I clean my kitchen on live every night or in the call every night. Like, it's literally, you sound ridiculous when you have to tell everyone how happy you are in your life, when you have to convince people how happy you are. That lets everyone know how really unhappy you are. And ultimately, I hope that you find happiness, because it's very clear how miserable you are in your life. So I hope you find happiness, because it's clear you don't have it in your life.
100%. And like, if you feel the need to put down others, it just shows what a sad individual you are. Again, we take a lot of heat on this app for creating awareness. A lot of people think it's bullying. To call somebody out on taking advantage of people and scamming people. I don't think it's bullying. I think that it can be done in a way that's respectful and creates awareness. Again, not everybody's going to like it. It's not for everybody, but it is what it is.
You know what? At the end of the day, if that's all you got on somebody, wow.
Right.
Wow, because you think their kitchen ain't clean. You know who's got to live with that? Virgo herself. Like, what? We gonna start inspecting kitchens on TikTok now?
Virgo also has 3 kids and a very chaotic. Like at the end of the day, who cares? She's a great mom. She's a great person. She's a great friend. Like, again, she's right. And same with me. If all you have to say about me is that I'm fat, well then I'll take it. I'll take it. Sir.
All right. Good evening, everybody. First thing I want to say is I made a comment the other day, and I used a slur that you should not use with the LGBT community. I did it to get under Ricky Barker's skin. I won't apologize to him, but I will apologize to the community. I got out of character. I was heated. I was going to go off this app in a blaze of glory. I was going to burn myself down. But I really thought about what I said, and it was totally wrong. It was unacceptable. For those that still follow me, I appreciate you. For those that don't, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not for everybody. I can get abrasive. As far as me getting doxxed, my full name, ex-employer, that was totally Lisa. Because there was only 2 people on this app that had my name and my address. And one is Will Red Radio. Everybody knows that is my boy. Whenever I'm in New York, I make it my business to stop by his house and go hang out with him, go out to dinner and chill. Lisa had it because when she first came across me, she found out, everybody knows I live in Florida. She found out I lived in Florida. She was having problems with an ex-neighbor that was cyberbullying her. She wanted to see if I can help her find his location. Reluctantly, I called her on my phone number. And at that time, my phone number had my full name and it showed up on her caller ID. I trusted her. I told her, listen, I don't do this. I have 3 girls and a wife. I have children to protect. That's why I wear that mask, because I don't want nobody to know who I am. With that being said, he definitely gave it out without a shadow of a doubt. There is no shadow of a doubt in my mind. If we was in a court of law, she is 100% guilty.
In your
But
opinion.
this is not a court of law. This is a court of opinion.
Right.
And my opinion is it was 100% her. She gave it out to Unhinged, because there is no way for me telling you I'm standing on a corner. On one side there's a Walgreens, on the other side there's a CVS. How would you know exactly where I'm at? And how would you know exactly my name? Unless somebody gave it to you. But at the end of the day, it's all good. I wasn't even mad. I laughed it off because I knew this day was going to come. One day I knew somebody was going to do something.
Me too.
They were going to put it out there. The shame is she put my family at risk now.
Mm-hmm.
My 3 girls and my wife. Somebody comes to my house, I live in the right to bear arms state. I'm just going to state that.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on. This is not a game. You're not me. I don't care about me. I always said, if you're going to put me out, you put me out. Put my face out. Don't put my kids. Thank God nobody put my kids out on this app. What's your question?
When you made the comment that you made the other day, did I approach you and say?
Yes. I got approached by all 3 of these ladies, Jen, Rooster, AJ. They all approached me and said that, and Lee as well. All said what I said was wrong. And I told them, yeah, I admit it was wrong. And I was going to make an apology. And I just did. That was the first thing out my mouth when I stepped up into this box. My accounts are staying on private. I don't think I'm going to be jumping back into this at no time soon. Maybe in a year, maybe in 6 months. I'm not deleting the accounts because the videos on the accounts still bring awareness, still help people. It lets them see what kind of scams to look out for. And I'm all good with that. I wanted to reveal myself last year. And everybody told me not to do it, that it wasn't about who I am, it was about the content. And everybody liked the mask. But unfortunately, somebody stole that. And it's okay. And I'm not even mad at Lisa. I'm disappointed for her betraying a friendship, a trust. We were supposed to, like you said, we your family, friends forever. That's how you treat your friends, with friends like that. I don't need enemies because I got friends like that that's going to do it to me. They're going to stab me in the back.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if you really think you hurt my platform, actually, if you look at all the support I've gotten in my comments from my video with this profile picture that I put up, it's nothing but love in there. So you actually helped my content. So for that, I appreciate it. Unhinged, why would I go out and call CPS on you? 1, I don't even know who you are. 2, I don't even know where in Florida you live in. Yes, I know you live in Florida, but that's all I know. And 3, why would I go real life when I don't want anybody go real life on me?
Mm-hmm.
So all these lies, everything, and it stems down from Candy Cane all the way down to Lisa and everybody in the middle of that. So, and Goose, just so you know, Candy did tell us your name. Okay?
Also,
I don't lie. I don't have receipts that Candy did tell us her name because it was in a phone conversation. But I don't lie. I gain nothing to lie on this app. I've done good work. I've saved hundreds of people to save money. Still to this day, I still get messages. Thanks. Appreciate your content. I've learned so much. This whole thing was a jealousy thing.
yeah.
That's all this was. All this was a jealousy thing. Everybody wants to be top dog, and I've been saying it since day one I started an anti-scam. And my platform, all my platforms were nothing but anti-scam. I always said, There is no top dog in this community. We all doing this together. If we save people, we all saving them together. My very first video was we are a collective of TikTok creators producing awareness and education against frauds and scams which are against TikTok's guidelines. And if you don't believe me, go back on this platform because it's way down in the bottom. I'm the one that started treating the beggars with respect because I kept seeing everybody was going into their comments and disrespecting them. I'm the one that kept saying, hey, let's treat them with respect because you can get more out of kindness than you can get out of hate. But that kindness that I've been trying to put out, everybody took it for my weakness, but it's not my weakness. So you want to get hateful and you want to come after my family because you didn't come after me. You came after my girls.
I want to
one more thing. At the end of the day, watch who you associating yourself with, people.
100%.
Because what Lisa did, she just gave it a green light for everybody to dox each other. That's what happened.
I want to mention as well, one of the photos that's out of me, again, all the photos are completely unflattering in every way, shape, or form, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm who I am now, and I'm working on that. But one of the photos that was used of me with the red glasses is a photo that was taken from Snapchat. Gotcha can tell you, because he's been in that group with me since the beginning. Scam Offer and Virgo came after. But since the beginning of when I've been in that Snapchat group, I have always been extremely private. Very embarrassed of my appearance and stuff like that. And just not, it takes me a long time to really warm up to people. And I had gotten to a point where I was finally comfortable turning my camera on, and somebody, and I'm not going to bring up the other two's names because we have a pact. But there was one of 4 people in that Snapchat that took a picture of me.
A pact? Hold on. All pacts are off with me.
Off the table now.
So
I'll say their names, Jeff and Brittany. All this stemmed from back then.
the 4 options.
Now listen, now with me, oh no, I'm not gonna. You're gonna be part of this community. You're gonna hold yourself by the same rules we all hold ourselves by, or I'm gonna call you out. That's how I'm gonna play this thing now.
Yeah, there was really only 4 options. Gotcha would absolutely not do that, and my best friend Jenna, they're both like very close friends of mine. There are 4 options for people that screenshotted my face when I was on camera, and that is Brittany, Jeff, Lisa, or her husband. So to know that I was in a vulnerable moment where I finally felt comfortable enough with people to show myself, and I have slowly showed myself to other people on this app in private when I felt comfortable with them and when I felt I could trust them. But to take that from me when I wasn't ready to show people, it's fucked up. Like it's I don't understand why people have to be so friggin' petty and immature. Jeffrey was looking into Shark and looking into Shark's people, and then turn around and went to Shark for support with me, against me. These are the kind of people that we're dealing with on this app.
And as far as myself for not showing myself, I'm not embarrassed of what I look like. I don't think I'm average. So what are you proving? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? Jay Taylor's another one. What are you trying to prove? You're a miserable old man. Either stay in your house in San Diego or go to your other house in Henderson, Nevada. One of the two, bro. Because you did nothing. You did nothing at all whatsoever.
Like I said,
If anything, what you guys did, you pushed the anti-scam back to the very beginning. That's what you guys did. You don't see Jarvis no more. And he was one of my favorites.
mm-hmm.
You don't see Curious Georgia anymore. Her stuff was on point. You rarely see Auburn. You rarely see Penny Fairy. Where's Scammy? Where is she at? She's gone. So you just trying to push everybody out? I've never pushed anybody out. I've always welcomed all the new ones in. Open arms. All I asked you was to do your content right. That's all I asked, because we have a guidelines that needs to be held. Within TikTok Anti-scam has rules that we need to follow, and that's the only way to bring awareness. But no, everybody wanted to go gun-ho and rampant, and I'm better than you, and you're this and you're that. I don't care what you are, what you do in your life, where you come from. Enough is enough. Look, even thinning out nonsense, which is one of my mentors. If it wasn't for thinning out nonsense and Will Red Radio, there would have been no Got You. I would have never existed. But because of those men, is why I came back. And all these people that I've mentioned are old OGs, and you don't even see them anymore.
Again, guys, it's a lot of drama. We had a really good week last week with creating awareness. It's been a lot of drama. I appreciate Gott for taking accountability for what he said, and apologizing for what he said. There was a huge blowout the other night, as most people know, with True Humanitarian and I. He wanted me to out God on my platform and hold him accountable. I had already spoken to Gott. It would the way I had seen it, like I had already said something to him. I was busy dealing with another situation that was going on with me. But because I didn't do what he wanted when he wanted me to immediately, that's how things have ended up. So that's fine. I accept that. At the end of the day, I am my own person, and I am not going to push other people's agendas on my platform. It's not going to happen. If you ask me to help you with something, or you ask me to do a live awareness discussion, that's a little bit different. Yeah, I will definitely help you out in that sense. But I'm not going to use my platform to help you do what you want to do. Use your own platform. We're all capable of getting followers. We're all capable of going live, most of us. I asked Andrew specifically if he was coming up into the box to not talk about what had happened with Gotcha. I was dealing with another situation. And I told him that it was, if he wanted to approach it with Gotcha, Gotcha is an approachable person. So he could 100% have that conversation with him. But instead, I took a bunch of flack for supporting Gotcha. Listen, in no way, shape, or form do I condone that kind of behavior. And Gotcha will tell you that I did ream him out for it. That being said, people make mistakes. I made mistakes that night by swearing and telling him to get out of my box. But at the end of the day, people do make mistakes, and we are human. I'm not going to drop somebody immediately because of one mistake.
And I just want to say, my apology goes out to the whole community, Andrew included. If he wants to accept it, he can accept it. If he doesn't, that's on him. An apology is really for those who want to accept it. It's not forced that you have to take that apology. And I'm good with that. It is what it is. I took accountability for what I said. It was 100% totally wrong and totally out of character. I was beyond out of my zone. I should have held composure, but I didn't. But I took accountability at the end of the day. I apologize. For those that want to accept it, the apology's out there. I put the olive branch out there. Now it's up to you to take it. If you don't want to take it, you can let it stay there.
I do want to wrap up soon. It is 11:30 at night. Virgo, I think we should just touch quickly on L, and play that video. And then I want to remind you guys before, how did they get the pictures? There was an article of me from when I was doing PTA. I was chair of PTA at my daughter's school, and we were presenting a delegation to the school board in regards to getting one of the rules overturned. There were people that were very aware of the article that was out there, and that I was worried about people seeing it because I looked very large in the picture. And I knew that I would be body shamed because I have been already on this app so many times. So yeah, I'm not gonna, it is my opinion that Lisa was well aware. She had been in the call several times when I said that I was very worried about that picture of me coming out. Again, I don't have anything else to hide. I've been an open book with everybody in regards to my life and what's going on. There were two things I was trying to protect: me being body shamed, because I didn't know how I would be able to handle it mentally. And my daughter and my son were the two things that I wanted to protect on this app. But again, all credibility goes out the window when she lied in a live last night and said that she wasn't aware about it. She was 100%
Um,
aware.
let me throw this out there also. 5 months back, I shut my Facebook down. I shut my Instagram down. I shut every. First of all, I had it on private. I shut everything down. And the pictures that were taken from me were taken from my Facebook page. And it's been shut down for 5 months. So the only person that had my real name, again, was two people, Lisa and Will. And it definitely wasn't Will. So she went in digging in my personal, well, it's public platform, but she went in digging in there, took screenshots because she was doing it for malice, just in case I fall out with them, I got something that on them. You did nothing to me. Again, you did it to my family. That's not my workplace. I worked there 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that.
Yeah. It's honestly unfortunate what has gone down. Again, if you want to slam me for having subscribers, please know the reason why there are subscribers. That was completely in error with TikTok. And I think Blast would probably vouch for me that the first thing I did was reached out to him in a panic. And I said, "Oh my God, TikTok made me have subscriptions and I didn't want this. What do I do?" And he responded to me and told me that I needed to send an email to TikTok, but that it was more than likely that it wasn't going to do anything because it's happened to other people who had gotten to a certain level of followers. So again, if you're going to paint me out to be a person, at least be factual with the information that you're providing. I am in no way, shape, or form on this app to monetize in any way. Hence why I don't have a payment method attached to my account, which I've proven and showed you guys tonight. I want to touch briefly on L, and I want to
Well,
remind you guys.
before you touch that, I want to drop down. Um, for everybody that's still going to support me, I greatly appreciate you. For those that don't want to support me, your choice. Hit the block button. It's okay. At the end of the day, it's freedom of choice out here. And when I always say be careful on the TikTok streets that they're dangerous, everything that happened here is proof. So everybody be careful on the TikTok streets. Be safe and God bless you all.
Thank you.
You got.
Um, I want to remind everybody, I am still going ahead with the Hippie Harley live on Thursday, but I think after that live, because I did promise Suba that I would do it, and Suba has agreed to be there to help me with it. That was the conditional agreement. So we will be doing the live awareness on Hippie Harley on Thursday night at 8 p.m. That being said, I think after that I'm going to take a little bit of a break myself. I'm not saying you won't see me on here. I'm not going to deactivate the accounts or anything like that. But I think I need to just give this stuff kind of time to die down so that we can come back. Because like I said, after tonight, I really don't want to address this stuff that we've discussed tonight anymore. I know people are going to have lives about us. I know people are going to tell you guys lies about us. I know that they're, going to spread misinformation. I can't do anything about it anymore. I can't possibly respond to every single thing that people are saying about me. So I'm going to have to work on that part of myself where I just start to block it out and continue to move forward. Again, one of my faults, but I will definitely work on that. I want to touch base on another person in particular, Elwood. Elle and I have had a very tumultuous relationship on this app. We do not get along at all. But I guess the reason that I want to bring it up is because she and, some other people are very hardcore on calling me a bully on this app. I know a lot of you know that, yes, I can pop off. I can raise my voice. I can curse. But what I don't do is call people names. And I don't stoop to that level ever. If I call people out, then I do it I try to do it in a respectful manner. Yes, did I yell the other night and kick somebody out of my box? I did, 100%. I take accountability for that, but at the end of the day, it's my platform, and I reacted to the situation, and that's how I handled the situation. But I guess the thing that I'm struggling with the most is that I I know there are people on this app that don't like me, and I completely 100% accept that. What I don't understand is why you keep it going. I say my piece to people. I say what I have to say, and then I move on. And then I try to keep just pushing forward and telling people, you know, to just you do you over there, and I'm going to do me over here. Elle has been very derogatory to me, a lot. She said a lot of hateful things to me. She spread a lot of misinformation. I remember when we were like being cordial to each other, she was doing a live about Amanda Bowden. I was in there, I was like supporting, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, every time somebody comes out of the woodwork that doesn't like me and they call me out, she and CK and Unhinged and, you know, others decide, you know, let's all jump on truth tellers, scammy claws. You know, like, yep, absolutely. Samantha's a terrible person. She's awful. She's this, she's that. And like I said, there is a group of them now, and that's fine. I can handle it. But we're going to play a video for you that in a second, Suba. We're going to play a video for you that was posted on the Bag Talk page. And again, for the people that say that I like the drama and I like to stir the pot, I am a moderator on the Bag Talk page on Reddit. So when this video got posted, I saw that it was causing problems in the comments and it was taking away from the beggars that were posting on the Reddit page. So I removed the post and I let Suba know that I took it down because it was causing unnecessary drama and was taking away from what we're trying to create awareness about. But she'll still tell you that I'm an awful person. And she'll still try to keep this going all the time. I'm going to have Virgo play you the video. Is it edited? Yes, but only in the sense of like all the middle parts are cut out so that you can get straight to the point of like what was happening and what was being said. If you're going to call people bullies and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, you need to hold yourself accountable. I've never gotten an apology from Elle in regards to the things that she said about me that day. We simply just parted ways. I blocked her. I moved on. But here she is again, coming out of the woodwork with a bunch of people, Kay Matthews being one of them. And, you know, Petty wanted to go at me today, and that's fine. So everybody got in the comments and
Sorry.
everybody got in the comments and went after it as well. And again, it is what it is. But Virgo, you can go ahead and play that anytime.
Do you want to put me in the big box or?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Cat, get down. Okay. Let me make sure I'm turned up. Get.
What did I call Sam? I didn't call Sam anything, and I didn't tell her in my messages that I sent her. I would never call anybody out their name. Tell me what I said, Skim Opera. I mean, maybe I'll need to replay it back, but she's a fucking narcissist. She's a fucking narcissist. I did not call that bitch any name. You're fucking condescending, and you're a fucking passive-aggressive bitch. I would never fucking be condescending, narcissistic, all the things that you do. What a fucking asshole you are to people. She's so fucking self-absorbed, it's not even funny. Samantha is very self-absorbed. Oh my God, bitch, that's not what you said. Someone being a condescending, narcissistic asshole, okay? Me personally, I don't agree with how Samantha handles her responses, okay? That's it. That's it. I mean, there's nothing to argue about that there. I mean, that's just how I feel. You can't change the way somebody feels about something. I feel like she does not give fair responses to people, honestly.
So I will say that her daughter, because we all know where this stemmed from. This all started with Millie Vanilli. This all started with Lily Vanilli, and then us as an anti-scam community calling her out for the way she handled the Matt situation, which I had thought that everybody had moved on from that, but apparently not. I want to say that her daughter did apologize on behalf of her mom's actions, and I do have right last I do get along really well with her daughter. I check in with her, like we've messaged each other. I've asked her how it's going with the engagement and stuff like that. Again, I am just trying to demonstrate that I am not the person that people like to paint me out to be. People that are calling me bullies while talking about me in that way. Again, I'm not for everybody, and I completely 100% accept that. And all I want to happen from now on is if you don't like me, please just block me and move on. A lot of these people that say they don't like me are following me. A lot of people in Petty's Live that were being so rude and disgusting towards me today, I had to look and they were following me. Like, why?
Right.
Like, why do that? I don't watch people I don't like. You guys come to me and say, this person's talking about you, this person's doing this, and I'm like, I ain't watching them. I'm not interested in watching people that I don't like. Why? Smashley, yes, you're a perfect example. Yeller, you're another perfect example. Two people that had an issue with me and we were able to resolve our differences. And I say it all the time. I can't believe for the life of me that Smashley and I are friends, and I actually really like her. Yep. Sometimes things are just misunderstandings. Yep. Sometimes things get misunderstood. I do have a problem expressing myself sometimes. I do have a tone in my voice, which makes people think that I'm being disrespectful or rude towards them. There's a number of factors, but all I'm saying is don't sit there and tell people that I'm a bully and I'm a narcissist and I'm all of these things when you sit there and you behave like that. Like there's no excuse for it. Yeller used to be my enemy. He hated me because I called out somebody that he knew, and he came for me. And the guy loves me now. He calls me his sister. So sometimes you need to just step away, take a break, maybe try again. And if it doesn't work again, it doesn't work. A lot of people don't like each other. That's fine. Yeah. But don't tell me to hold myself accountable for things and you're going to behave like that.
Absolutely. I just wanted to address the stuff that Petty said today about the resources and the fucking lunches and shit. Like, I guess I was just so fucking blown away by those comments, and like completely didn't understand that shit. Why he was so pressed by that. I don't understand why someone would want me to go back to making useless content on this app for people when I can be making and spending my time being useful to people. He can try to twist my words and tell me that I'm here trying to get followers or whatever, but you can't tell me that there's a person on this app who isn't here trying to use followers in some sort of way. If you don't have followers on this app, then you know what I mean? Then you're not doing anything. In the anti-scam world, then you're spreading awareness. In the entertainment world, then you're entertaining. And followers it's what makes TikTok go around. So to use that against people, I think is just a wild concept. you're right. I did move on from my original self. Yes, I thought about it, and I'm not being talked over and talked at, so I've changed my mind a little.
So what
Yeah,
though?
and how many other people on this app have changed what they've done on their platform? They started out doing one thing and they switched to something else. So
Wait a second. Penny,
you know
aren't you
what?
supposed to be
You
in
don't
bed?
get to control what other
I
people do.
thought you were.
Did
See,
you
this
tell
is-
everybody
this
you
is
were going
what
to be in
people
bed by
want.
8 o'clock? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Sir?
They
You said
want
you
us
don't
off the
care?
app, guys. They want us to go away.
I don't need to do anything,
No,
sir.
she does not. And you are not going to tell her what to do.
No,
I wanted to just show you guys what I've done.
Oh, do you need to be big again?
Nope.
Penny, you know what? Just keep it quiet in the comments. You know what? You can hear what everybody's got to. Oh, you're muted.
This, I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm covering up screen names of people,
Okay.
but this is just for this month. Just people that have requested resources, and you can see my highlighting. Highlighting means that it's been delivered, and down here, this is the person I'm on tomorrow. All these resources have been delivered. Food banks, dental, parenting classes, permanent housing, cell phone, gas bill, HUD housing, housing DV situation, food, housing, gas bill, stalking, harassment, DV situation, food banks, electric bill, car repairs, DV shelter, family law aid, housing, ID replacement, electric, mortgage, pet end of life services, back property taxes, housing, vehicle transportation, car payment, legal aid, info on power of attorney, transportation, laundry, therapist with Medicaid, city and state. So to sit there and try to convince me that what I'm doing on this app would be better served to go back to making my kids lunch, I guess I just can't wrap my head around. But
Virgo, you are amazing at what you do. Don't ever stop doing what you do. Again, you are an amazing friend. You're an
I
amazing
guess it's all for entertainment purposes over there. So
100%. And he got what he wanted. He got me to get in the box and yell at him. That's exactly what he wanted.
for sure.
And he got to make a spectacle of himself. That's 100% what he wanted.
For sure.
But at the end of the day,
Well, I have to make an apology to Queen now because I sat back and watched as that happened to her and probably giggled at that time, not understanding it then. And now that it's happened to me, I guess it's not so funny.
It's okay. I appreciate the apology, Virgo, and this isn't the first time you've reached out to me, so I appreciate that. I don't mean to. I'm not here to steal the show, but I felt like since you still have quite a few of mutuals that are watching you, that watch me too, I just want to make it very clear in regards to Amy. I know. Okay, let me just start over. I don't even know if Amy's still in here or not. But I left your live earlier to watch a movie with my child,
Right.
and I checked my phone, and I had an Instagram message from Amy, and I feel attacked, and I don't feel like it's fair.
you're not
I
alone.
did not know and I'm not going to bring it all up. I'm just going to run by it real fast, guys. I did not know what was happening. I didn't know Amy was involved with the stuff that she was involved with. When Sam went live with Jeff, I knew about the live coming up and I was tagged in it by him. Okay. He is someone that I follow. It is what it is. So I went to that live not knowing the situation. All I knew is that you and him had some issues, and I was going to sit and listen and listen. It turned into something a lot larger than that. And that is when all hell broke loose with the Amy situation. I find out when she went live with you later, Sam, that she was in tears and saying that she thought that I felt some type of way about her, which I had not interacted with her directly in a long time. So when I got messages later, because at the time Sam was not I had Sam blocked, I think. I was not in Sam's live at that moment. And I had people reach out to me and saying, there's a girl on there. She's crying. She's saying that you hate her. And I was like, oh my gosh, like who? And they were like, Amy. And I said, well, there's only one Amy that I can think of that if that's her, it's her. Correct. So I unblocked and I went in respectfully and reached out to Amy and I let her know. I said, hey, look, I don't have any ill will towards you. I don't know what's going on. Like I had to put all the pieces together that night between like 3 separate lives. Okay. So I reached out to her. I gave her my social media platform off of here to reach out to because she couldn't get messages on here. I have been nothing but supportive, kind to her since that incident. I was even talking to her on a daily, checking on her. She was checking on me. So be it. Okay. But I'm having a problem now with whatever it is going on. I don't know if she just has an issue with letting things go, but I was extremely pressured to pick sides, like how basically telling me, how could I associate with someone like Jeff and da 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 da. And I said, look, what all I can say is, in my personal opinion, what he did was wrong as a man. Yes. Okay. I never said that it wasn't. However, everyone else already jumped on him for the next few days after you and him went live and tore him apart. What is me tearing him apart some more going to do? He already knows he did wrong. And and that is between him. And I told her this and I have screenshots to keep people accountable. I told her that's none of my business. It's nobody's business at this point, it's up to him and his wife to figure out. I have nothing to say about it. Okay. But she continued to talk about it. She even pressured me she basically guilt tripped me into messaging him for her. So she feels that, oh, he blocked me. She didn't get any closure. Okay. And she was like, well, I just wish that one of his friends would, make him listen, or I would just wish he could hear this. And I said, well, maybe you need to reach out to one of his friends, like his actual friends. And she was like, well, you're his only friend, or you're the only one I know that you're friendly with him. So and I told her this, and I have screenshots. I told her I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I still did it to support her, to make her realize that I am not picking sides. And so I reached out to him in private on the app and said, hey, look, Amy just wanted you to know this, that, and the other. Basically, don't shoot the messenger. And he never responded. She then asked me, well, did he say anything? I said, no, he didn't. And that's fine. That's his choice. I'm not going to pressure him to continue to make contact with somebody that he's not supposed to probably have contact with. That is something him and his wife came to an agreement. I don't know. But what's getting to me now is that I literally got invited to Pastor Petty's live a couple of times this morning. And I said, I didn't even say anything to anybody. I decided on my own free will to sit and listen. Okay. I sat and listened. And the moment that I started saying hello to people in the comments to just let him know as well that I'm coming in here respectfully, just as I do in Sam's live or anybody else's live. And I wasn't even addressing Petty. I was addressing other people in the comments saying hello. What she said to me next was, well, I thought you didn't like Petty. And I'm like, I'm just here to listen. That's all I said.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's all I said was I'm just here to listen. So, and then she's in there disagreeing with Petty throughout the whole thing, which is her choice. It's totally her choice. But why are you there? Why are you allowed to be there, but I'm not? Because you feel some type of way that I'm not jumping into the drama that you want to continue. about this whole thing that everyone's trying to say, like, girl, let it go. Like, I get it. She's hurt. I understand. I empathize with her. I've told her that.
Right.
Okay. But to go leave Sam's live quietly this evening, to go and spend time with my child, to come back to an Instagram message from her saying, hey, I mean, I can show you guys if you want it, but I'm just paraphrasing at this point, is, hey, did you know that these girls were cussing me out and threatening me, and they said they were going to call CPS on me? And she said, and all you can say is that you're just here to sit and listen, because I said that as well in Samantha's live earlier, that I'm just here to sit and listen. Okay. I thought we were friends. It's pissing me off at this point because I don't know what you want me to do, Miss Amy, but I've told you, and I have receipts. I've told you numerous times that I'm not in it. I'm not picking nobody's side. I shouldn't have to.
I want you to know, Queen, that you're not alone. This has been going on all day. Actually, I think it started yesterday. I'm not going to say what's discussed in the mental health chat because that is one of our rules. Just know that she is struggling right now, and I had a conversation with her today and told her that she needs to take a step back and just get away from the drama that's on here, because it is visible. It's very, very visible that she is 100% struggling. Unfortunately, she wanted to make things about herself this morning, and I explained to her that Gotcha and I were basically just like, Gotcha was doxxed, and I don't consider myself to have been well, my last name's out there, so if you want to consider that doxing, then sure. But pictures of me that I didn't want out there are out there. And that was very traumatic for Gotcha and I to go through last night. We didn't sleep. We've been trying to, deal with that all night. And I just asked her to please not make it about her, because like we had all been up all night. We were exhausted. We, knew we had to address this tonight, and just all sorts of things, but she just would not stop. And then when I went live tonight, I saw that she requested the box several times, because she wanted to get up in the box and she wanted to do that again. And she got very upset when she was asked to not make this about herself. She said, I can't believe you're saying that about me. And, it was unfortunate. But yeah, you're certainly not alone. And I guess the only thing that I wanted to clarify was, I didn't go live with Jeff that night. Jeff did a live about me, and because he was
Right.
upset that I broke my agreement with him in trying to come to Amy's defense and let her know that she wasn't alone. That's neither here nor there. I honestly don't care. But yeah, I'm sorry. She's been giving it to all of us all day too.
Right.
I even told her that these boxes weren't open tonight and she was not going to be allowed into them. I told her that today, and she still tried to get in them. This is the fourth situation that she has tried to make about her today. So you are definitely not alone, Miss Queen.
Right. Well, I mean, again, I'm very neutral. Everyone has their spats or whatever. I've just learned, over the last couple of months that this platform is big enough for everybody on here. And, I agree with everyone saying, like, if you don't like each other, block each other, let it go, or whatever. I'm not here for any malice. I'm not here to destroy anybody's platform. I think doxing is wrong all the way around. It's very scary. I felt when you were upset earlier, Sam, about your child, I felt that way back in like November, December, when I felt that things were going downhill. It's not okay. I tried really, really hard to.
While you say that, I mean, I feel like I've said this to you. I don't know, but a lot of people still want to know what's going on with you. And when I said, listen, when you and I had our issue that we had, I fully admitted that it's maybe something I should have just kept my mouth shut about and just minded my own business. Again, I'm not perfect. I am a human. I do make mistakes. So in front of everybody, in case I don't know if I've done this before, a lot has happened in the last couple of months. I never wanted you to go anywhere. I hope you understand that ever. I was accused of saying that I took joy in the fact that you had left the app. That is absolutely not true whatsoever, and Virgo can attest to that. I apologize for our interactions. As far as I'm concerned, you and I have no issues right now. And yeah, I mean, again, I think what happened with Shark and the attack, I think I took everything very personally, and I thought that you knew what was going on and you were okay with it. And again, I don't want to rehash all of it, but for anybody that's asking, like, she's unblocked me. We've messaged each other in DMs. I don't have any issues with her, and I will take full accountability. And I will say that, yeah, I spoke out about something that maybe I should have kept my mouth shut about.
Well, I appreciate it, and I apologize when you and I hashed it out on my live and I jumped out of character and screamed at you. That's not my character,
right.
At all. I'm actually fairly calm and collected.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Well, except for Virgo. Virgo's always the same.
Yeah. But anyways, I wasn't sure if Amy was still in here because I sent her a message back and I told her I was hurt by what she said to me this morning in that live. But I didn't bring it up all day because I'm trying to give her some grace.
Right,
I'm trying to. Okay. But
I'm sorry that happened. It has been rapid fire all day. I promise you. Like we said, like, we're exhausted. I was a bit emotional because I had to show my face because it was already out there. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
I was trying to deal with that. Gotcha obviously was concerned about his family. I was concerned about my daughter, and we just said, please do not make this about you right now. And she still continued all day. I told her to stay away from the drama. And what did she do? She requested Petty's box. And then she got upset with us for leaving Petty's live. Eventually I gave up. I stayed in his live for quite a while. I took it for quite a bit.
2.5 hours.
Right.
And then we left and she got in the box and then was mad because we didn't stay in there.
Yeah. And I had messaged her and said, please, like, get out of there. Like, it's not worth it. Like, and I knew she was struggling mentally, and I had already asked her to please not get involved in something that was going to affect her mental health in a more negative way. That was my concern with her. But she still requested the box and she got in there and she tried to do it tonight with this live, and we've been here for hours. We've had a lot of stuff to go over tonight. It's unfortunate. I feel bad for her. She's been in the mental health lives and she's come into the box and she's kind of like talked about what's going on and stuff like that. And I've really kind of pushed and encouraged therapy. And I think Virgo and I are going to try to see what we can do to try to help her out with some of those resources. But yeah, please don't feel bad. And I'm sorry that you felt attacked.
No, it's okay. I just know that she does talk to you too. And just the way I feel like her stability right now is, I just didn't want to wake up tomorrow with some crazy misinformation about how I talked to her this evening or responded to her. And I told her, like, I don't understand how people are expecting me to be in everybody's live from beginning to end. And I'm like, I didn't even see any of that today. None. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. So how are you upset with me? You know?
She even got upset with Gotcha because he stayed out of that, because we did have a pact with Jeff and Brittany. She got upset with Gotcha because he didn't stick up for her, and we tried to explain to her why, and she said, well, he sticks up for all the other women but not for me. She really made it 100% about her, and I explained to her that's not the case whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, all right, ladies, I bow down, I bow out. But thank you for letting me vent. Hopefully she heard it, whether she's here or not. I'm not addressing it anymore. I am still open to letting her come and talk to me whenever she wants. But you gotta give me some grace and just know that I'm not picking anybody's side.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any last words from you guys? I think I'm going to wrap up. Anything else you wanted to touch on?
I've basically said what I needed to say. I'm really over the drama. I want to just move forward.
Yep, for sure. You know what? Like I said, we've got a really good community here. We've got a really good group of people. Good night, Queen. Thank you.
Good night.
you know, like at the end of the day, I still feel like we're doing good stuff on here. So I mean, I would like to continue, but if this gets to the point where it gets even uglier than it already has, then obviously for my mental health and for everything else, I'm going to have to walk away. I hope that doesn't happen. I know I'm going to be pushed to my limit, even just saying that. Petty, I know you're here on a burner account. I didn't say anything about you, and you have absolutely no proof that I said anything about you. It is 100% hearsay and gossip.
No, it's 100% Mrs. Sunshine and her minions. That's what it is. Period. Point blank.
He told Virgo. Virgo approached me this morning and said that he had reached out to her about what I had said about him, and Virgo asked what she, you know, if it was okay to, you know, respond to him, and I said yes, but please ask him to reach out to me. You know, if you want something, you go directly to the source, and I'm not afraid of Petty. I'm not afraid of anybody else on this app. So I asked her to ask him to reach out to me, and I would tell him that I have not said anything about him. The last interaction I had with Petty, it wasn't even an interaction. It was when I was reporting those accounts and trying to get them taken down because they were disgusting. So I wasn't even aware that he had an issue with me. I'm not surprised that it's come up with the recent events of people that have kind of distanced for separated from each other. But he never reached out to me. He went live, just like yesterday. He never reached out to me. He made a video, and he went live, and you know, they went crazy bashing for hours and hours and hours. Again, that's fine. I'm not entertaining it anymore. So if you want to keep it going, then you keep it going. We're doing a live awareness discussion on Thursday. If everything goes okay, we'll plan some things for next week. Yeah, I'm not interested in continuing this. Just if you don't like us, don't like us. And don't get upset with people that are friends with me. You know, don't get upset with G Unit. Don't get upset with other people because we're mutual friends. That's petty and it's immature.
Yeah, and also don't follow me a couple days ago and then be like, oh, if you don't like me, block me. No, you followed me, so you block me.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously the one with the issue. I've followed you and supported you for over a year.
Yeah.
You came in here today.
Same. Even when people told us like he was vile and to stay the fuck away from him, like,
Right?
yeah, I'm not worried at him, honestly. Like, I'm really not. Like, this is what it's like Shark all over again, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if Christina fell asleep or if she's still there or not, but oh, she's there.
I'm like half here.
Yeah, I get it. I want to thank both of these women for supporting me and being here for me tonight. Not only just tonight, but they're here for me all the time. I truly adore you girls. I think you're strong, independent, knowledgeable, funny, amazing women. I'm so grateful to have you two as friends. Jen, my bestie in the comments, Cass, everybody, like honestly, Gotcha, Suba, everybody. Like I cannot sit here and list all of you. I'm so sorry.
All 300, 400 of you that have been here this whole
Right.
entire time, make sure you show Cass some extra love.
I do, Nancy. I do adore you. Smashley, I never thought I'd fucking say this, but I actually adore you as well.
Just a little bit. She's all right.
No, a lot. I mean, she's really been reaching out to me lately and making sure that I've been okay, and I love that. Yeah, guys, stop taking things personal. Stop going real life. I know we all slip up and make mistakes, but please don't. Just try not to do that. I can't police what people on the internet are going to do. It's going to happen, but let's get back to creating awareness and trying to ignore the drama and just stay in the hell out of it, because it's not going to stop as long as we continue, and it really does take away from what we're trying to do on here. Adam, I have a lot of respect for you. I listen to you, and every time I'm in this box, I'm like, what would Adam think? You know, I adore our community. I adore the followers and the people in it. You guys, I can't say enough good things. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting me through this. Thank you for, okay, Adam. Thank you for supporting Gotcha through what happened last night and myself. And Yeah, I know lives are going to be held. I know people are going to talk. I don't care anymore. I've said my piece. And if you have a question and you want to clarify what somebody else is saying, then please come to me. That's all I ask. We're glad you're back, Adam. We really are. We'll try to turn this around. Pumpkin, love you. Slothy, love you. Stripper Chicken, love you. All of you guys, thank you so much. I'm going to end it for tonight. I appreciate you all. Please, again, if you're struggling, please reach out to people. If I'm not available or I'm going through too much, there's always other people, I promise you, that can help support you. You guys are so amazing. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, or in this case, maybe get a good night's rest. I know I'm looking forward to that tonight. So take care of each other and love each other. And if you don't love each other, then just move on.